We always ready for the smoky herb, Venom and Smoke podcast.
Yo, this is your boy Mo Young. As you can see, I got Chico with me. He chilling as always. What's up, man? All right. Now, we welcome y'all to the Venom and Smoke show. It's our Friday show, so we talking about sports today. Doc Eric probably going to join us a little later. I don't know where Izzy is, but we got the most diabolical of haters. If you look up Hate the Dictionary, it's a big old picture of him right there smiling with a hateful comment. Let's bring in the diabolical hater, Jay. He is. What's going on?
That's the picture.
That's the picture of him just smiling.
That's the picture.
As you can see,
Chico want his 5%.
Yeah, Chico want his 5%. Chico, I gotta go harder to bring the rally dog, man. Go hard when he here. That stopped them from freezing our stuff.
I think the Nets needed that rally dog now.
The rally dog. We're gonna talk about that. The Nets definitely need Chico when you see him with the soldier rag on. He down. Oh man, Shell dresses this dog up, man. This dog we have more fly gear than me. The dog, I'm saying. But let's get into the some of the topics we have today. First, we got Debo. He wants out of San Fran. You heard that, Chico? He want out of San Fran, bro.
He want that money.
I think he wants to be a more traditional receiver. I gotta do the show now, We gotta do it. He wants to be a more traditional receiver. I think, I think they burned him out. Like being a running back and a wide receiver, it was Debo or bust. And you gotta pay him a running back and a receiver type money. It's kind of like that Jimmy Graham situation we had a couple years. You remember when he wanted $100 million as a tight end?
Yeah.
You got to pay him what he's worth.
I just Izzy and me had a little conversation about it the other day. You must have seen it on the thing in the chat.
I saw it later. Yeah, I saw it later.
But if you're going to use Debo the way San Francisco used Debo, then I would, let's say my team, I would say let's give up whatever picks. I just don't know. He reminds me of what we already have. But I want a 6'4" receiver. You know what I'm saying? I want a receiver that in the red zone, you throw it in the air, they're snatching it out of the air.
But it's the reason they call him Debo, because he get his hands on the ball. You're not getting him on the ground. He's one of the best. I think he's the best yards after reception receiver they have. Yards after the catch. Best yak.
I mean, yeah, that's where he got a lot of his
yak, rack, whatever you want to call it. He is good with it. I think he goes anywhere. He instantly upgrades that receiver room.
I just don't think. Well, because it's a trade, it would depend who offers what. But there's 4 teams,
and our name is in it. I saw it. Our damn name was in it. I'm like, stop putting our name in that shit. We already got a fucking $100 million receiver. We can't pay another. We can't have $200 million receivers. It won't work. It won't work. This is not Madden where you turn the salary cap off and you can have Deebo Samuel and fucking Michael Thomas. But then we had to try and trade Michael Thomas. That would be the only way we'll get him because you can't keep both. And I would take Deebo Samuels right now over Michael Thomas because Michael Thomas has been hurt. I don't think San Fran would, though. So San Fran is not going to take Michael Thomas. I'm a straight up trade.
If he's not going to be a headache like Deebo.
I know. But I'm just like this.
Deebo right now is being a headache to them.
But Michael Thomas is, if he comes back healthy, is a top 5 receiver of the league. So you really we don't need a number 1. We have one. We need a number fucking 2. That's what we fucking need.
And we need a number 1. And I just don't, like I said, I want a Keyshawn Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like, and is there anyone out there?
Why you're not here, but yeah, it's not a damn fantasy football league. Listen, it's not. You can't pick up Michael Thomas. Like, they got Saints fans in the Saints group. They piss me off. I'm like, listen, you can't pick up Michael Thomas and then Deebo Samuel. You think he gonna play for peanuts? So what? We give him a first round pick and we get Deebo Samuel for 1 year. Come on, make no fucking sense.
Yeah, it don't.
I'm like, or you pay Deebo Samuels $100 million, and then you got Michael Thomas who getting paid $100 million because Michael Thomas was the first one who started that damn trend with receivers with the $100 million contract. And now that's $200 million tied into 2 receivers. That is ridiculous.
How are you going to build the rest of the squad?
We went through this. Remember when the salary cap was small? We went through this with Drew Brees when he wanted to be a $100 million quarterback, and we lost our fucking Super Bowl defense because we had to pay the $100 million up front. Deebo is best with a team that's rebuilding that can give up $100 million for Deebo. Like your Jets will be a spot he can go to, and it won't affect y'all much because y'all have cap space out the ass.
Like I said, I don't know if I mean, looking at the draft in general.
So if you don't get one of those top receivers, then I see you
and they're not really top. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude from USC, he's only what, 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, Drake London. London is a beast, though. You gotta think about it. That dude.
Better than Deebo?
Not better than Deebo, but he's a beast. To say he's gonna be a beast. And we got Doc Eric rolling through right now. What's up, Doc?
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, he ready. Look at him. He ready. Oh, he ready.
I'm ready already.
Yo, he ready.
I'm ready already.
He got the rally towel. He got the hat. my man ready.
Y'all see me.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, about your Pelicans.
No.
We just want to know about Deebo, man, since he won out of San Fran. Your thoughts on him wanting out of San Fran?
I literally was just talking about that a half an hour ago with the crew up at the site. I think personally, New York. I see him going to New York. I mean, you switching conferences. The Jets go green.
The Giants don't have the picks unless they're going to give up.
Yeah, I think the Jets.
I see it as. Platform. I see it as that because the Jets got the best capital. I think they got 2 top 10 picks, and they have 16 mil in cap space. So that pretty much gives San Francisco that'll entertain San Francisco what they're looking for at least.
Not a chance on the Giants.
We know your salary cap is tapped.
Oh, dang it! Y'all need to get our GM.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for being an ass. New Orleans not doing nothing. It's not a sweep. New Orleans won already. They won a game already. They won the last game. It's not going to be a sweep. I'm so sorry.
I'm about to say what's going on, Anthony. Don't disrespect my team. You see it out here.
I said New Orleans actually won the last game. I don't know if you missed that because the playoffs seem like they're going super fast. We're going to get into it. But New Orleans won the game already, so it can't be a sweep unless you said it's going to be a gentleman's sweep.
Oh, shit, Doc ready for the smoke.
Oh, he ready for the smoke. I can't wait. That's going to be the next topic after we finish talking about Deebo. Giants, no cap space. It's like this. Deebo Samuels will fit there with y'all. Elijah Moore.
They're all
He could be
to me, they're all the same type of
Braxton
receiver.
Berrios. Yeah, with Deebo, I don't think his height matters. I don't think his height. He plays bigger than what he is. He plays like he's 6'6".
I mean, he's super athletic. He's super fast, and you're right. He breaks tackles. He runs by people.
I got a
Dude
team
is
for
an
y'all.
athlete.
I got a team for y'all. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm on the phone right now. You replace Tyreek Hill with Deebo Samuel. You didn't upgrade it. You just upgraded.
You really did.
You just upgraded.
You really did.
Yeah.
You really did.
and they have the money to do it. If I'm Kansas City and I'm Andy Reid, I'm calling San Francisco. What you want? You can have the first round pick for the next 3 years because you know Kansas City gonna have a high ass first round pick. You could fuck them picks. Do like the Rams say, fuck them picks. And get Deebo Samuel.
Rams, Miami,
fuck them picks. Like trade whatever they want, and you get Deebo Samuel with Pat Mahomes.
Speaking of which, here's a sleeper team for you. Now, we were talking about Miami just a minute ago, and what was the discussion a few weeks ago with a quarterback that's potentially trying to get in there? TB12.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's rumblings or I don't know if there's rumors, but I can only imagine because Brady has done this year in and year out. He's adjusted his contract. Now, would you think that
the Jets have draft capital as well? So it is the Eagles, Jets. It was the Dolphins until they gave all that shit up for Tyreek. The Chiefs have draft capital now. Think about it. The Chiefs do. Because they got all that shit back for Tyreek.
Exactly. They got those two picks, so they got it out of Miami.
So it's like the Chiefs have it, the Eagles, and the Jets. I don't see why the Saints name is in there because we have the draft capital for this year, but it's not like it's a high end capital. It's like in the middle of the draft.
Well, because out of the teams that's available, we have the most cap space as it's currently set up because of the deals that we done to when we was pursuing Deshaun.
Watch it, and I look at it like this: it's going to end up biting us in the ass in the back end. That's the thing. It's gonna bite
what would be the penalty if you got Deebo and then you franchise tagged him
for like 20-something million? It'll be like 20, 23 million.
But that'll give you time to figure out what you're gonna do, right?
That'll mean a bunch of roster adjusting.
You can franchise tag him twice. You can franchise tag him for 2 years in a row.
And then you gotta pay him what the
market demands. But
that would be something that you guys could do because if that other receiver doesn't work out for you,
you
got Deebo.
That could work, but I'm like, I don't like paying $100 million to two receivers, man.
But you're really not.
That's not gonna happen.
You're really not if you think about it because you're franchise tagging him and you're only paying Deebo the minute or whatever it is.
Nah, it ain't the minimum. It's the upper echelon of receiver. So his production will warrant him to get that Devontae Adams money per year, which is on the franchise tag will be like 20-something million. I don't think I'm ready to invest that shit. And we got other holes.
Well, yeah, exactly. You still got other needs on the team. And I mean, me personally, man, I still believe in Traquan. Traquan, he came back for a reason.
He's a hell of a blocking wide receiver. Like for running plays, I believe in Traquan for running plays. With the ball in the air,
man,
I don't know.
Man, that's his third year. He about to break out.
They
said it for me first. Traquan breaking out.
They say the third year is what you need to know about a wide receiver. If he don't break out by the third year, he trash.
Pretty much. So I'm banking on him. Come on, Traquan, get these numbers up, baby.
You said up these rookie trade a whole KC draft. They wouldn't have to. They just trade the picks they got from Miami.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. Fuck it. That was extra picks anyway.
And you're gonna replace and improve in your wide receiver.
Hell yeah, he's way
And
better than Tyreek Hill.
Debo would be more. It's more, you know what I'm saying, inviting for Debo because they've been in the AFC championships
And
constantly.
You give him, he'll be hit one-on-one coverage because Pat Mahomes got an arm.
Do you gentlemen think that Kansas City really need another receiver? Because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the receiving core is stacked, but they still got They still got what's that dude? Harmon?
Harmon.
Yeah, they still got Harmon. He's been in the offense for a number of years now. I
But
mean,
is
Juju
he really somebody worth
Juju,
speaking about?
Juju, everybody keeps saying Juju's a decent too. So I mean, there's your two in
They got
MVS,
who
is pretty much the second fastest receiver in the league statistically.
Yeah, you got MVS. He them, but I'm just saying it's like they don't have that. They got, of course, Travis Kelce. I guess he's the number one receiver because but
yeah,
if
he
you
is their best receiver.
If you trade for Debo on that team, good luck. You don't need a running back no more. Their biggest weakness is fucking running back.
But first of all,
Debo.
Aren't the Niners and the Chiefs in the same division?
Nah.
Different
AFC, NFC.
conference.
Yeah, AFC, NFC.
Okay. Yeah, one is AFC West, the other is NFC West.
Yeah. But they would do that trade. Nobody wants to go to the New York. Uh-oh. We got another Venom New York part 2?
That's not funny, Anthony. That's not funny.
I'm saying part 2? We got part 2. You trading a player, then tagging him, you're going to get that threats from fans that will call. Yeah, that's the thing. No player wants to be franchise tagged. So if you're doing that, I don't know. But it's interesting to see. The draft is going to be interesting because I think somebody big is going to get traded at the draft.
Somebody's getting traded.
Well, from what I just heard about a half hour ago, Jacksonville wants out of number 1.
There's no real number 1 person. It's who you like. And the best player in the draft is the cornerback. You heard me. Sauce is the best player in the draft. The corner from Cincinnati. And you want to talk about
the kid from Michigan is nice too, man.
He is, but that cornerback will change your lineup. If they want to trade, Saints trade up and go get him. They go trade up and go get the corner.
I don't think the Saints doing another trade.
I know, but I'm saying if you want a corner, that's the person you need to get.
He's probably going to end up in green.
No, they're saying the Lions at number 2 are going to get him. They got him projected high as number 2. But if he falls past the Lions, yeah, he going to y'all.
I guess we stuck with Thibodeau then if they go with Sauce.
Sauce is I'm telling you, Sauce. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the corner. But if he goes to Detroit, they'll probably gonna hear about him though. That's the thing. That's the look. The Lions are where careers.
Unless he does an Eli, he'll do an Eli Manning. Yo, trade me.
I'm like this. I can see him with y'all, the Jets. I know the Jets would get him if he'd fall. If he's not falling past 3 or 4, he's not going past that.
We pick 4.
Yeah. He's not going past the Jets.
No, he wouldn't. I honestly don't think even if the kid from Michigan was still on the board, the way I think this dude would do, he would go the other way. He would probably take the kid from Cincinnati way over the dude from. I mean, we need edge rusher, but if you got a shutdown corner with the way these wide receivers are now in the NFL, you need to read this.
Rumor is Giants may trade one of their picks, the first round picks.
All right, they got 2 in the top 10. Right?
It's a weak draft. Except for offensive and defensive linemen. If you want to get better on the interior, this is the best draft for you. Next year's draft, that's your star power draft. This draft is for the down.
This draft is pretty much all just first round. You got your flash, and you might have a sleeper or 2.
Because you got like It's to me it's defense and offensive line draft.
Yes.
There's only like 3 or 4
foundation
receivers, and like there's really one quarterback that you hear them talking about, and there's like 4.
2. You got to mention Kenny Pickett too.
He gonna be trash. I'm sorry. I'm telling people he's gonna be trash. Like I'm gonna have to go to the Mel Kiper way. He's gonna be fucking trash. Like I'm just being real. First of all, I don't trust unless he go in the dome. I don't trust a quarterback outdoor with small hands. He has children hands, man. His fucking hands are small. Shit. I'm just telling you, unless he go in the dome.
Children hands.
Yeah, he got small hands, man. He can't be a quarterback with small hands. People hit that.
We already bet on a quarterback already with Ian Book, so I don't see us going quarterback either. So
we should not go quarterback. There's no quarterback except Malik Willis. Now, if Malik Willis dropped to 16, get Malik Willis. Because that's the only one I see as a game-changing quarterback in this draft.
And they say that he might go a lot sooner than...
Yes.
And they're saying
he's going top 10.
Yes. I'm saying if Malik Willis somehow slides down the draft board to 16, then you get Malik Willis. Let Jameis for the next 3 years mentor him, and then throw him in there. That's the best way to do it. That's the only quarterback I would want the Saints to take is Malik Willis because he's game changer with his speed and his arm. The rest of them, they're 3rd round quarterbacks at best.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm not happy about Ritter. I'm not happy about fucking Pickett. Who's the other one? Corral. I'm not happy about none of them. None of them. None of them are good. Yeah, they want more capital. Yeah, they do. But it's the draft everybody trying to trade out of, and that's why people were giving people picks for this draft. That's how all these people get 1st round picks, 3 and 4 1st round picks. Everybody know this is an offensive lineman draft.
Well, I think what a lot of that has to do with is these big names that's in free agency and a lot of big names that's kind of worn out their situation. Hence, Debo out of San Francisco. We didn't know what Aaron wanted to do this past off season until he said, you know what, I'm coming back. And then ultimately that, left another big piece on the board with Russell and Devontae going to Vegas. So I honestly think this is the year of moving the stars around and kind of realigning exactly what we know as today's NFL.
And I'll put it to this way. It's if you Green Bay, you better trade up and get a fucking receiver. I'm about to tell you, if you Green Bay, you better trade up and get a receiver.
I thought they already signed OBJ. Turns out, I guess that was false news. When he kept putting aside, he's like, "Yeah, he going to the Packers." I said, "What?"
Yeah, I didn't see that news.
Yeah, I guess it was just one of those, those hoax. Somebody who
and then we might not get a receiver because they talk about Jarvis Landry looking at the Saints possibly.
So that was earlier this week. I'm still trying to wait for the news.
I think he's gonna wait till after the draft, see if he draft a receiver.
That's what I think. Everything is kind of lining up for when the draft happens because Honey Badger was here. You didn't hear anything else about other teams.
As long as we don't
Juice
draft
was here, and I'm like, okay, you heard about them stopping with the Saints, but you haven't heard of any other visits, and we don't know exactly how this is going to roll.
That could be them coming back. You know what I'm saying? Back home. That's what I think.
I think.
Rumor one: Tampa Bay might trade for Baker to back up Brady. Debo wants to be closer to come, so it's the Panthers. You can go to the Panthers too, but what quarterback? You go to the Panthers, and that's they get Malik Willis. But if they trade for Debo, right?
If they trade, then they lost that leverage.
They losing Malik Willis pick. So now you're stuck with Sam Darnold throwing him the damn ball. Hell no, you're gonna pull it whatever hell he got left out his fucking head with Sam Darnold as the quarterback.
Sam Darnold's coming out this year to prove all y'all wrong. Watch.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I was hoping. I was a Sam Darnold fan. Then he went to the Jets. It sucked. He came out like gangbusters last year for 3 games and then start being the same old Sam Darnold. He just, some people are not ready for the big time, and Sam Darnold was one of them.
Honestly, he better come out like gangbusters again because this is a high year seat for their coach. And if coach going, then please believe the personnel is going to get switched around as well.
Especially if they give Malik Willis. They give Malik Willis, his ass better he better throw for 5K. His ass is not going to be the quarterback no more. I would trade him. A lot of people get mad at me. I say, if I'm the Panthers, I'm trading him because he don't never stay healthy. Christian McCaffrey, you can get a lot more with Christian McCaffrey. He's gonna get hurt. He only good for 8 games.
That's cool.
That's when that's when what's his name? Darnold did good until he got hurt. As soon as McCaffrey got hurt, everything got put on his shoulders. He couldn't take the pressure.
Oh, he's gonna get hurt. Well,
I mean, it's different as a running back. I mean, look at the situation with Saquon.
Yeah, but if you can get somebody else to sell tickets. You get a top quarterback or something, you can sell tickets. You're gonna always sell tickets. But CMC, if he hurt, you go buy the tickets, right? People buying tickets, and he hurt for half the season. The fuck I'm going to those games for? He's hurt. And he don't get like minor injuries where he out of one game.
Nah,
he's out for like 10, 12
half a season, half a year type of deal. I mean, my heart goes out to him, but I guess it's been his life in the league. It's been his life in the NFL.
Go to receiver. They call it a day. Turn it to a receiver because running back ain't your job. Because you're getting hurt. But man, let's talk about the NBA playoffs so far. I see my boy Eric all out in his Pelican gear.
I'm all draped out.
He's draped out.
We lost a hater.
Yeah, he coming back. I saw him messing with his camera. He coming back. But you all dripped out in Pelicans garb, man. Look,
all dripped out.
Look, my girl told me ever since she got me this shirt from the game, y'all won
again. Let's go. Let's go.
But I'm saying, listen, y'all got the biggest break ever. Because fucking Devin Booker is supposed to be out for 2 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks. But, I mean, honestly, he put himself in that position when he got hurt because the outlet was already there, and I applaud his hustle. But he's been having a history of that type of injury. And I honestly, I know he went up there with all intentions, like nothing's gonna happen to me.
We get to that. We get to that, Izzy.
But
we're gonna let Eric celebrate his glory right now because y'all have a chance.
Of course, I'm gonna bask in my glory. Acknowledge me.
Yeah,
folks, acknowledge me. We had to win 2 play-in games. Those were 2 elimination games right there against San Antonio. Dealt with. Had to go to LA. Dealt with. Then you get the reward for that is you get the 1-seeded Phoenix Suns.
They kicked y'all ass game 1, but y'all came back in game 2.
Did they ever? But guess what? It was killing us.
Game 2.
Booker was on fire. That boy was in his bag game 2. Then all of a sudden, I want to sit here and hustle. You want to sit here and hustle, but guess what, brother? I mean, outside of Zion being hurt, we ain't got nobody on the injury. We ain't got nobody on the injury list. Everybody that's available coming. So you can sit here and try to one-man band it all you want, brother. But you still got to lace it up against these 14, 13 other cats. So,
yeah.
Me bask in my glory.
Well, put it this way, because if y'all don't win,
sorry, fellas,
that's gonna be it's all right. If y'all don't win, that's gonna be the biggest letdown because y'all got now that Booker's out, y'all got 2 of the top 3 stars in the series now.
So I mean,
Brandon Ingram is better than anybody on the Suns now, and fucking CJ McCollum is better than anybody on the Suns right now.
I get that. I truly get that.
Got Chris Paul. Chris Paul is an old shell of himself. Now you can look at him; he's not the same.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
look,
so far we just have
he's
control.
Not the same Chris Paul that we used to see. He got a step slower. He's a step slower now.
And I get that. But Phoenix won 60 plus games, and that's no accident. And I mean, they had Book out for part of the season. They had CP3 out for part of the season, and still able to get these 60 plus games. So right now, I think their bench is pretty much the
They got a
leading
better
bench
bench.
in all the league.
They got a better bench, but I'm
So
talking about like
yeah,
star players. Y'all got that, and that's shocking that y'all are even a fucking 8 seed with the stars. Y'all have some fucking stars. Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Y'all have some stars.
we do, but all our guys that you're hearing about, besides Bi and JV and CJ, everybody else is young.
Yeah.
All the other stars you're hearing about are rookies. You hear
Yeah.
about Jose coming undrafted, becoming, a name that you starting to have a household name too. You having Trey
It's
Murphy,
not hurt.
who's
Your team is just sitting him. I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you why they're sitting. It's like that. You did not shoot with us in the gym shit. You want to say you hurt? You want to say, oh, I can't go? Oh no, don't come when we got success now. Now you heal now when we got success. Sit your fat ass down, get in shape, and you can play next year.
So timeout. This is why I get confused at, because you hear one thing in the media and then you're seeing another thing. So what I hear in the media, Zion, he left the team so he could recover on his own, because I guess whatever routine the team doctors had him on, it was not working. So he was healing slowly. He had to sit here and had to do some reconfiguration to his foot. And of course, when you're hurt, and I can speak to a degree of it, when we have medical issues and we can't do our PT, they say, okay, you're limited on stuff that you could do, but you got to take these meds. And what you have to do with meds, you have to eat. So, I mean, you're not going to sit here just stuff these foreign things down your mouth, your throat, this, that, and the third. I mean, Zion, he's freshly 21, so it's not like his metabolism is going to sit here and just let it sit. Yeah. He just can't do, I guess, basketball activities, so he can still do other things.
What are you doing? He's in practice, man. Come on.
But they're not explosive though. I mean, he's just casually, doing basketball stuff for the sake of saying, guess what? Hey, people, don't forget about me. I'm still out here.
If I have foot problems, I'm not doing a 360. That caused me to turn my foot. If I turn my foot the wrong fucking way, I'm back and fucked up. Lay the ball up, do a simple one hand dunk. Hey, you need to be on the cardio. You need to be on the treadmill. You need to be on the treadmill.
People paying their money for it. They're paying their money to see this guy being fantastic, being a phenom that we've known for these past 3 to 4 years.
I don't see him as not getting along with the team's doctors or whatever. I don't see it like that. I see it as they would told him, get on a diet. He didn't want to do that. I'll do it on my own. I got my own nutritionist. I got my own people. And honestly, they failed him because he looked sloppy as hell.
He looked bigger. Like he looked bigger than when he left.
When he was doing those dunks the other day, he went up and did, I think it was a little 360 joint. And the way he landed and limped, with as big as his frame is, believe me, I've been big framed all my life. So and right now I'm going through a problem with my legs. He ain't gonna last that long. Not in a game like that.
It's like I'm like this. I'm telling you, he thought he was bigger than New Orleans. Let's be real. Everybody telling him, you Zion, you the next coming. Yeah. I think of it like that, Eric. Like, you the next coming. And the team's sucking. Oh, I can just chill now and rehab to next year, and I come back as the conquering hero. And then New Orleans say, fuck that. I'm not about to lay on my laurels. I'm going to get CJ McCollum to cover this bitch and see what we can do. They go on a fantastic run. Now it's like, oh, shit. People don't have to forget about Zion. Let me get on my shit. So he start training and coming back, and all of a sudden my foot is healed in time for playoffs.
So his foot really isn't healed because, one, he's only cleared for 4-on-4 action as far as basketball is concerned. Now, his ways get complicated because, like I just said, he's 3 years into his contract right now, into this rookie deal. And kind of what I was arguing like I was out there auguring exactly what's going on. In these 3 years, we've only seen him play for 84
That's a
games.
season and 2 games.
That exactly. That's only time for one season. So we don't have a big enough sample size to see, oh, well, are the other 29 teams willing to take a risk and saying, okay, well, here's pieces, and I know I'm gonna get Zion in a bigger market.
Don't say it, Mo. Don't say it.
They'll fucking
Don't say that shit.
will give y'all everything.
You
They'll
fucking
give y'all a stake in Madison Square Garden if y'all get him Zion. The fucking Knicks will give you Madison Square Garden. We'll sell Madison Square Garden if y'all give us Zion Williamson right now.
Yes, indeed.
We'll call them the New York Pelicans if you get Zion Williamson right now. I know you don't want to hear it, Jay. That's why you're pointing. But the Knicks need a star. They haven't had one since fucking Carmelo Anthony. I'm sorry. They didn't have one since Carmelo Anthony.
Well, did they?
But is Zion a star?
He is marketable.
He's marketable, but what about RJ Barrett? Because that's the guy that is like, okay, we're not gonna get Zion. Then let's go get this
don't give a shit about RJ Barrett. They don't give a shit about RJ Barrett.
Clearly, they don't.
Man, Zion Wilson, think about it. He's a freak of nature. He's big as he is. He can move as fast as he can. He can dunk. He can jump.
Yeah, but if
New York was supposed to get him, remember that lottery? I remember that shit. We're getting Zion. It's perfect, man. Great. And then all of a sudden, first pick goes to New Orleans Pelicans. Man, New York people wanted to commit suicide. They had Zion poster boards, and they was ready.
Man, people was up there committing suicide and stuff.
Let me tell you something.
So Anthony said, "Why keep him? Trade him." I know. I said this many times. They should have got that badass dude we about to talk about in Memphis first.
Oh God!
Because he got an attitude. I love that dude attitude. like real talk. If you got that badass dude in Memphis, Zoe would have worked with that badass dude in Memphis because Zoe don't need to score. It would have worked. But I get why New Orleans did it because Zion at the time was box office. But yeah.
Zion is still box office.
He's still, when he come back, he's going to be box office for 20 games. And then out for leg soreness.
As long as he does that shit in LA area, I don't care. He ain't going to be box office on Broadway.
He's going to be Broadway Zion.
Y'all need to put some respect on Zion's name.
And nobody's saying this. I'm like this. I would play him off the bench. Y'all need a bench, like a punch off the bench. Because how would he fit with those people who got chemistry with each other? Now, you don't want to fuck that chemistry up too as well. That's another reason why I think he should be sitting down until next year.
Well,
y'all got chemistry out the ass right now.
That's why you need strong leadership. And with CJ being in the league 9 years now, he's now a voice, and he's a voice of this league, and he's going to be a voice that these cats are going to listen to. So I think we got that wrapped up.
I'm like, I don't know. He had to rein in. He get bad advice. He needs to be at least 20 to 30 pounds lighter.
But he's young. He's 21. It's not like he's not going to be able to burn it off that easy.
Bruh, he looked like he needed to lose 20 pounds when he was 17. But some people body retain weight.
Let me tell you something. When I watched that preview, I didn't even recognize him.
He is big, though. He ballooned. It's like he ballooned out. He looked like a fucking defensive tackle out there.
I'll give you that for the last 2 years. But, I mean, the way he was growing when he was in high school and his transition to Duke, it just seems like he was going to be a naturally big guy. But
he has
for some strange reason, no one can figure out his body type. I can't figure out his body type.
So
that goes to tell you.
He look like shit. He look like Booger McFarlane, man. That's what the fuck he look like. Man, I get it. They got this kid coming from the dude from La Tech coming to the NBA. He better lose fucking weight. Cause he's
Yeah, I know what you're talking
plushy.
about. Yeah,
the thing is, he's not muscular like Zion. He plushy. So
but
he
the
might
way he
want to
moves is so silky.
I know he
That
do.
dude is a straight up basketball player. He
I
plays
know he
ball.
do. But you gotta think about it. You playing 82 games. That's the thing. For the NBA, you're playing more games. And then if your team is good, add at least 16 more to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know if Zion could take a full season and then on top of a full season, a playoffs.
Zion gonna figure it out.
No back-to-backs for Zion, number one. That's gonna happen next year. He ain't gonna be on the back-to-backs. And you might have given some low management days, but that's the only way you can see him surviving, because he gotta realize he gotta be selective when he dunks because he's so fucking big. He gotta be selective.
He needs to put down. He needs to put down the Krispy Kreme. Is what he needs to do.
Man, look,
and he needs to get on. Look at all these.
I don't know what he's putting in his body. I mean, but he's still right now, even today, he's a man amongst boys, especially on his own team at that. So I mean, I like what everybody keeps saying. Oh, hey, look,
man among boys.
Hey, look,
he's two guys among boys.
I applaud fans, and I although I don't agree with what you say, but I defend your right, your right to say it. But the way that we invested into Zion, look at Izzy.
Zion going to White.
The way we invested to Zion and what's going on as far as what Griff wants. Griff wants him to stay long term. His family did a presser. His family was talking about they love it here. That it's only 4 people in the camp, so the media is making up all this hoopla, talking about this, that, and the third.
He could be Shaq.
Right.
But you gotta remember, Shaq was that big, but was 7'1". He's not 7'1". He's like 6'7".
No, not at all.
Not even 6'7". He might be a good.
Wait. How old is Zion?
Like
21.
21.
So if he at 21 years old, he already got foot problems. They ain't gonna get better.
It's pretty. Yeah, that's the thing about being a big. If you got foot problems,
right, he's gonna get better. So maybe he's a man among boys now. But in one bad landing, listen. If he hurts that ankle again, he's done.
No, I'm gonna say put Joel Embiid is a perfect example. He was having foot problems when he first came back, and he figured something out. You know what? Joel looked a little slimmer than he looked better than when he did when he came in. Looks a little slimmer. You gotta cut.
And he started putting this, and he don't play like a traditional big either. Yeah. The game has evolved, so bigs are not going down there banging and saying, "I'm getting my body torn up by these other bigs." And that's what I believe Zion's going to do. I believe Zion's going to come in here. He's going to figure out another post move. He's going to figure it out. He knows his body better than anybody else that's out here. So once we get a season where we see this guy coming out the gate, starting the season healthy.
Right now, yes, he is Greg Oden right now, yes. Until he proved me wrong.
Man.
And Greg Oden was talented. Don't get it wrong. Greg Oden.
It could have been, what the hell's his name?
Brandon Roy was talented. Once you start having foot problems.
Listen, it was Brandon Roy's knees. Knees are a different game. And you can't move at all. This is Zion's foot.
Zion's gonna end up just like Sam Bowie, okay? So
damn.
Wow.
But
he's gonna end up just like Sam Bowie. He better put down that Krispy Kreme and listen, if he was in shape, let's say like LeBron shape, because LeBron when he came in was a hefty. But he slimmed down, bulked up where he needs to bulk up. If Zion does that, then I agree with everything you're saying.
20 pounds, though, Eric, just for his knees and his feet. The thing is, I'm not trying. I hope he comes back and be a force. But
I think he will.
As long as it's not New York, I don't care.
Look, trade him to New York.
No.
We're not trading Zion. We invested too much into Zion.
Look. New York would I bet you New York would disagree with you, Jay, right now. If we said the New Orleans Pelicans wanted to trade Zion, the Knicks would be the first ones to call fucking New York. That's the reason why y'all got Cam Reddish. That's the reason why y'all got RJ Barrett. So y'all can reform that Duke team. That's what y'all doing.
I don't know.
If,
I think that if you're in a way you're right, but I think that it's because of ownership that they would bring him in. But if you looked at the grand sculpture of it,
he don't fit
I
y'all.
don't think he would fit in New York.
Yeah, it could be the most talented player, but hurt. But in the draft, I told people, and I got crucified for it. John Morant was the most talented player in that draft, and I got crucified for that. I guess I'm getting proved right today.
You getting proved right today.
John Morant are proving your word.
Yeah, he proved me today. Thank you, John.
Well, overall, you like what that young owner in Memphis is doing. I mean, he got a lot of good pieces. They're super young, just like I was talking about, with this Pelicans team. And now they are a top 5 team in the playoffs. So I think they're the 4 seed. So
I need to get Ja this shirt. I'm gonna have to get Ja this shirt. You wear my shirt, Ja, no charge. I send it to you because they ready for the smoke. They don't give a shit. They basically trolling fucking the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves got out to a lead, and like I told people last week, Minnesota act like you've been there before, bro. Like y'all started being all happy and shit because y'all beat Memphis game 1. Everybody know game 1 is the fill out game. Game 2 and game 3, y'all got y'all ass whipped.
Well, game 3, no, they was actually in there.
I'm just saying when I'm about whipped, I mean spiritually and emotionally because Cat wasn't there.
Well, I mean, we forget that Minnesota was winning that game mostly until they started hitting the panic button like the Falcons in that Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what goes through the heads of these guys when they're out there and they get these leads or whatever. But at some point, coaching the same, you have to get your head out of your bum and say, guess what, man? Look, if we're at this point, we can't afford to make these simple do-die mistakes. And that's what Minnesota was doing last night. They're making simple do-die mistakes. Here comes, Memphis rallying, and here they switch the series to why they have the home court advantage now.
Yeah.
So you came out game 1. Okay, you stole one. You know they're going to come back. You were winning majority of this game in game 3. And then all of a sudden, you lose it by 10. I mean, you're going to look at that one. You're going to wish you had that one back.
The thing is, Memphis is a defensive team, and they're young, so they're too stupid to realize when they're in trouble. That's why young teams sometimes are the best in the playoffs because they don't know when to panic. So it's like, fuck it. We down 9, 10, whatever. Fuck it.
They're playing. Let's go out there and they play more the excitement of just being there.
That's what's going on with the Nets right now. They playing a young Boston team who just guard them 94 feet and say, you know what? I don't give a fuck who it is out there. They making KD look normal.
So, and that's the thing. So the way that the Celtics play the Nets, and this is historically, has always been about their defensive prowess over that team. And that team is pretty much, they're trying to play to a high octane, saying, guess what? These two guys, they're going to be high octane. They're going to get their points. But here's the thing. Now, when you have defense played on you like that and these bodies wearing you down, then you're going to be pretty much gassed. And the fact that the Nets are playing these guys 40-some-odd minutes, they've been playing 40-some-odd minutes for the last 2 to 3 weeks. At some point, they're going to get gassed, and it's showing now. So what is the coaching staff doing to alleviate the pressure that these two superstars are getting?
First of all, I don't see that. Got more coaching. We got about the same amount of coaching experience as fucking Steve Nash. Just being real when he got the job.
Yep.
And let me be real with you. It's showing. You got Blake Griffin. You got LaMarcus Aldridge.
Sitting on the bench.
People with playoff experience, and you got them sitting on the fucking bench. Y'all getting beat on the rebounds. It's killing y'all. Them. So you want to play small with Boston. No, you need to get big. You need LaMarcus Aldridge throwing elbows in there. You need fucking Blake Griffin doing what Blake Griffin does, even though I can't stand that ginger. But I can't fucking stand him. But I'm just saying, he does what he does. He's he once was a great player in the league. And then you got Drummond. You can't have Drummond doing the shit by himself. KD is not a power forward, even though he's tall as shit. He can't bang in there.
But
the answer is simple. Start LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin with Drummond. And they say, you know what? You shall not fucking pass. And that would shock their system. And you have KD. Look, I will go all big. That will be my lineup. I'll get them 3 down low. I'll have KD as the fucking shooting guard and have Kyrie Irving on the fucking floor as the point guard.
Here's another thing that's making me upset about the whole Nets situation, because Ben Simmons hasn't played basketball professionally since June of last year. Yep. Now, okay, I understand injuries are part of the game, this, that, and the third, but pieces were moved to get this guy, and you're saying your back's hurting. You're up in here doing all kind of practices. You have authorization to be cleared to practice with the team and with coaches, doing this, that, and the third. Say, brother, get yourself in there, because we're not looking at you as being the guy as you was in your previous situation. Because if you want to switch it up, let's go to the other side of the coin with James Harden. People was up there talking about James Harden was up and down, but guess what? He was available to play. So what are you doing? What have you been doing with yourself that you're not available to these people? And it's a high stakes game. This is the playoffs. These are elimination games.
He's playing.
I'm not saying everybody paid the ticket to come see you, but people, they paid money to come see you. At least 25% of the people that's in that stadium. You up in here coming out all blamed out. Yeah, I'm up there. I'm everybody cheerlead. I'm dapping you up. I'm with it. I'm chopping up with the fellas. Say, brother, you can chop it up on this court too.
They say he's supposed to be coming back, but I'll be rushing his ass back right away. I'm like, we need some size.
Exactly.
You need defense. Because what the Nets were up. The Nets were up in the last game. They were up by 17 points? They were fucking up. Didn't know why it would happen. They got, like Eric said, they got fucking tired. Then the shot stopped dropping. And once the shot
it goes to show, it's been like that with every series that the Nets been down.
Kyrie hit his shots.
Yeah.
And he hit, I think everything he shot up went in.
Well, not in the second half. Second half, they both went cold. They were tired.
But I know that KD, he was tired.
Thing is, you need somebody that's gonna be an enforcer. That punch. I will go there and get somebody who available with 6 fouls. Punch Marcus Smart in the face one time. That's the one that gets him fucking riled up. I will get somebody to bitch Marcus Smart and say we got a game now, bitch. that's how it would be. We got a fucking game now, bitch. Fuck your defensive player of the year. Look at that bitch on the ground. What? Y'all need an enforcer because they don't feel Brooklyn. They're like, fuck it, we gonna D y'all up 94 feet.
Yep.
Beat us.
No, I think we're gonna DKD. Kyrie's gonna get his. KD is the one that they need his contribution, and they've been shutting him down. Because every time he touches the ball, they don't give him time. You got 2 dudes running right at you, full speed. They're not giving him time to do.
Always swarming him.
The reason why KD is not waking up is because they doubling his ass. You know what they say? KD ain't getting shit. Kyrie, you can get yours. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Your points don't matter.
But exactly.
KD got points that matter. His should be efficient.
They going by cutting the head off the snake, literally.
Yep.
We going at KD. This the thing. Fuck it. We are doubling KD. He ain't getting shit. I'm putting my 2 best defenders on KD, and we gonna fucking smother his ass. You know he bony, so he can't take that fucking pounding.
No.
So that's where a Zion, it wouldn't work on a Zion because Zion would wear the fucking defenders out because he's so fucking big. So that's when you bigger, or LeBron James, you bigger, you could wear the defenders out. But he's small. Them little bony ass elbows ain't doing nothing. They own him. They like this. Where KD go to the bathroom, there's two people waiting for him in the bathroom.
But
He go get him something to drink. They're waiting at the water cooler saying, "What's up?" They own his ass, and that's a perfect
KD 7
defensive
feet.
plan.
What? 260, 270?
But that don't look like 260. I think they lying about his fucking weight. That dude at least got to be like 220 or some shit, maybe. Maybe. That dude is bony as shit. Look, he's no way the same weight as Giannis. Ain't no fucking way. He the same weight as Giannis.
Giannis is all muscle.
I know, but I said, ain't no fucking way.
Giannis built.
I never saw Bones 260. I'm just saying. He got some heavy ass bones.
His arms are skinny.
I'm saying because he's slender.
But still, he ain't
pounding he's not gonna hold up. So it's like either you find somebody that can break the double team, like somebody like a Marcus Aldridge who a killer with the mid range. Okay, you want double KD? Throw it to LaMarcus Aldridge. Let LaMarcus Aldridge have 30 on him. That should have stopped then.
So that's for the coaching staff to figure out.
But it's because the coach is inexperienced.
That coach.
Well, I mean, he had him in the conference finals last year.
KD,
literally a game away from the finals.
KD had them in the fucking conference finals. It wasn't him.
Now people are all on you. They're putting everything all on you. You can't get your rhythm. You can't get your shot. It's been 2 games. And out of these 2 games, I'm pretty sure you've only been dropping. I don't know his points per se, but if you're used to averaging 28, 29 points a game, and you can barely get 20, and you up in here getting these high volume shots, dude, like at this time now, you better get in somebody ear. You better get in the locker room and say, bro, everybody shut up. Everybody sit down. We need to figure this out. And we got these pieces around here. Let's get it going. Because if I'm gonna get these high volume shots, they looking at me the whole time. Somebody's open.
Nets need him for defense only. KD needs another body, and you don't want him fucking being the other body because he's scared to fucking shoot.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, but Ben is so big. He's big, and then he's playing, the guard spot. And he gonna change a lot of the flow of the game.
But you don't want it to be that too late. Now it's 3-0. If you go down 3-0, Ben Simmons, I will shut Ben Simmons down for the rest of the year and just fucking wait till next year. But because if it's 3-0, it don't make sense to bring Ben Simmons back. That's why his ass need to get up and play right on game 3. Fuck that game 4 shit. What's the difference in a day or 2? Bring your ass back in there. Play some defense.
Yeah.
You ain't got to shoot. Play some defense.
At least a couple of minutes to see how his body reacts.
You can't just throw him in there in a do or die game. And
even if you do throw him in there, he's not going to get these minutes. He's going to get maybe 20.
Oh, what's up, Pops? Yep, you must be physical, period. And that's what the fucking that's how the Celtics are winning. They're being fucking physical. They say, you know what? Everybody's scared of KD. We ain't. And Jason Tatum, like, he's going to be a fucking problem.
He's been a problem. Now he's figured it out.
He's standing all the way out now. Like the Nets choked twice, basically. It should be a 2-0 net series thing. Because KD, let me tell you why he was fucking gassed on the last play when we got Jason Tatum with the bucket. You can see him just standing there looking. That let me know he was gassed and wasn't engaged to play defense. That means there was too much on his shoulders. You need more than them.
They've been playing 40 minutes in this entire series. So far, the only person that I've seen play these type of minutes in these playoffs is Giannis.
Steve Nash, as a coach, can't trust him. He's not coaching. He's just chilling. He just hooray, KD! Hooray!
You guys got it. You guys coach yourself. Nah, this ain't what the playoffs is. This is not how this works, dude.
You got to make adjustments. There's no adjustments. It's just KD bring up the ball, you get you. Kyrie, bring up the ball, you get you. They double us. I'm gonna throw it to Bruce Brown. If he hit. Him or Dragic hit, he hit. That's the offense. It's still instead of them making adjustments. Like, you know what? Let's go big. Let's try a big lineup. Andre Drummond can't do it himself. Because you know what? It's Andre Drummond against 4 Celtics for a rebound. Go look back at the tape. I watched it. It's 4 Celtics on 1 net for a rebound. It's not gonna work. KD is the size 6'10". I'll 6'10". That motherfucker 7 feet. He don't want to be 7 feet because they'll make him a center. He is fucking 7 feet. He's 6'10". Somebody ring the doorbell. Let's see who this is on the ring app. We'll wait.
That's C.
And then he 240.
He don't look 240.
Maybe he looks
220, 215.
220. Maybe.
His arms are skinny.
Very skinny.
Unless he wears a bigger jersey and pants to make to be baggy, but he don't look that big.
Your Nets are in trouble. They got to get physical. The game of basketball, a lot of people don't want to know. It's physical in the playoffs. And I'm telling you again, if the Nets don't win game 3, this series is over. You heard it first on Venom and Smoke. If the Nets don't win game 3, you can call it over. And KD will be at home.
Calling LeBron.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know who going home though? The Nuggets. The Nuggets about to take that L. They got beat again last night. The Golden State Warriors have a death lineup that I don't think people know.
They got a killer lineup.
Ooh, that death lineup of Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Steph, Draymond, and Andrew Wiggins. That's a death lineup. Now, they can play small because everybody on that team can shoot. When they play that lineup, it's a death lineup. See, exactly. Ben needs to go to the coaches to demand to play. Yep, pretty much.
He ain't gonna do. Listen, when you see him sitting at the end of the bench, or sitting on the bench, he looks scared. Like you see fear in his eyes.
Yeah. Jokic is mad because it's Jokic don't have no help, and they ran into the buzzsaw that is the Golden State Warriors. It's the Golden State Warriors. It's just whoever Golden State played in the first round they gonna get their ass bust anyway.
Hey, y'all done?
Because think about it, Curry, because of injury, got time to rest. Klay had 2 years to rest. Jordan Poole, I don't know where the fuck he come from, but I know he wasn't like that at Michigan.
Jordan Poole was like that in the G League, and the way that he's worked, his body at work, I'm so glad that he's breaking out the way that he is in the situation he's in.
You got a lineup. They put that death lineup, the new death lineup out. They got people, everybody except Draymond can go for 30. Everybody except Draymond can go for 30. Wiggins can go for 30.
That's when he play us. Draymond will go crazy if he got to be the only option.
Draymond is there to facilitate. That's it. That's what he do. And that's what they want. The Nets want Ben Simmons to be like Draymond. He needs to play like Draymond Green. Rebound, defense, set it up. And that's all Draymond doing. You know what? I'm going to get my rebounds. I'm going to get these assists. Y'all score.
When you got two of the
Draymond has to score, they're in trouble.
And the Nets got 2 of the nicest scorers in the league.
Yeah, so I'm like this. I know Nasty has enjoyed this because he's a Warrior fan. He was on the Warriors before they got. I give him that. He was on the Warriors before they got big, and he was warning us that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are the next big thing. He called that shit before anybody, and I'm like, yeah, sure, the Warriors. I'm supposed to worry about this kid from Davidson. He might be okay, but I don't think he's gonna be just like his daddy. I remember me telling him that. And Nasty said, nah, these kids gonna be nice. And then all of a sudden, the splash off. I'm like, this motherfucker called that shit.
This brother.
I gotta give him his props.
He's still rewriting the history pages right now as we speak. Every time Steph hits the floor, there's a new page out of this record book.
And he just went crazy the other night. Steph just went fucking nuts.
But here's the thing: that's him being rested. They say, okay, because clearly with Clay back, they're at a caliber where they're like, okay, well, we got our championship DNA back. But Steph, he's been reeling because he's been having to carry the load for the past couple of seasons while, Clay had to recover. And then, they got Wiseman and saying, okay, what can this kid do? Now, he got hurt. And then, the upsurgence of Wiggins, they say, okay, well, y'all in good hands. Y'all cool. Y'all don't really need me per se. But at the same time, I'm still available out here. And, I'm going to do what I do because I'm the greatest shooter, this side, of heaven. But, I mean,
but the thing is now,
it's hilarious.
I said, now you can't double him, though. Because they put them 4 out there with Draymond. You can't double Steph no more. Because Jordan Poole going to go nuts.
Jordan Poole going to take off.
And if you try to double Poole, Clay might go nuts. If you try to double him, Steph might go nuts. Then fucking Wiggins can get you shit.
That's what I'm saying. So with Steph being rested and saying, okay, well, we know what we could do, and especially with Jordan Poole basically have the same attributes, but right now he's gifted than a worn down. How many years Steph been in the league? 8, 9. Out of the years that Steph had been put in, and I see it.
I bet you'll make that trade, huh? You'll make that trade if they want to trade.
Of course they would.
Jokic for the Knicks.
But Jordan Poole, I mean, he's being able to do what Steph is able to do. But, Steph getting rested coming off the bench and Steph not having an ego saying, I don't mind because I care about, the success of the team. And now with Denver on the ropes, the Warriors going to be a tough out for anybody.
He just come and kind of get his legs back. That's why he's coming off the bench. Exactly. He's starting that series.
That's exactly what makes the Warriors so scary.
Yeah, Poole is leading the NBA in 3-point shooting. You got 2 of the best shooters ever. And then you got this kid who's leading the league in 3-point shooting. This shit is like unfair. Like whoever is the net scout, the Warrior scout, should be executive of the year or whatever, because they always find somebody like that. That is a great organization. I'll give them that. Top to bottom is a great organization.
It really is.
You said Jerry West. I thought it was West. I know West did the fucking Splash Brothers, but
he was a consultant. Yeah, and then he moved his job to the other LA team, and who knows what he wants to do in the upcoming years because of the state of what the Lakers are. Who knows what he'll do?
I give him that. He's a great eye for talent, and whoever he trained has a great eye for talent to get Jordan Poole like that. But
could have just been lucky, man. Just could have been lucky.
Or it might just be a program.
I don't think it's luck. I honestly think
it's a program, man.
Exactly. I think the way that he's seen, front offices operate, and of course he's seen success. He's been a part of 4 championship teams, 4 or 5 championship teams. So he built that into what he wants to do, and then he takes it, in the front offices elsewhere, and look what he's done. He recruited Kobe with the Lakers, and Lakers was in 7 championships. Kobe gave him 5 of them, and then he moved up. I want to say the Clippers the first time around when it was Lob City. Now that team may have disappointed, but they put pieces in place to say, guess what? Yeah, exactly. And we're no longer looked at as the little brother team. Like, oh, we always gonna get spanked. Now people got respect.
That Doc Rivers, who the most mediocre coach ever, but I'm not gonna go off on Doc today.
Let's leave Doc alone.
There's only one Doc I'm acknowledging, and that's Eric. I'm not acknowledging Doc Rivers. I'm not doing Doc Rivers, but man, the shocker though, the Bulls, man, I thought they was gonna get swept.
I never thought that.
I thought how it was looking.
I never
look how it was looking. I thought they had the answer for DeRozan. I thought they had the answer for him. He said, and I quote, I will never shoot for 6 or 25 again. He came out,
There's
dropped
no
40.
way. There's no way. I never seen that, especially with DeRozan on this team.
But I'm like this: the DeRozan and the Bulls might, if they beat the Bucks, look out.
I don't think the Bucks are losing the series, but I just knew for sure that Chicago, everything that Chicago put together, and for the work that I seen Levine put in, and the type of player that DeRozan is, I was like, there's no way they're gonna win these games and then just sell. No matter how talented the Bucks are.
Yeah, we're not gonna even talk about that series. That shit over.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
That shit over.
You can put a gong on that one.
Yep. Sleep. Undertaker's like sleep.
Yep.
Out. Done. They put him in the casket, coach. That's all I can tell you about Toronto. The thing is about Toronto and them, though, they had a chance to win, and you let Joel Embiid roll out for a 3. You deserve to fucking lose. You should have put everybody on Embiid.
James Harden fouled out.
You should have put everybody their mom on Embiid. He's not winning this game. I'll tell you that. He won't win it. The other person might win it, but he ain't. He turned around. That was the easiest 3. Then you put 2 of your smallest guys on him. So all you do is rise and shoot.
Just rise up above them.
That was it. Y'all wanted to lose. So fuck Drake and Toronto. Y'all there. We ain't worry about y'all.
The Drake curse continues.
Oh, yeah. Except only one year it didn't work, and that's when they won the championship. The only time Drake curse didn't show itself. The Bucks are in trouble. Yes, Middleton is hurt too. So yeah, Giannis gonna have to do a lot.
That's what
more.
I was getting ready to say. As talented as they are, I mean, they still have 2 good pieces. They still have Giannis. They still have Drew and Brook Lopez. So can Brook Lopez, come into his offensive prowess and give us,
game 1 was the Brook Lopez show. So he could.
That's what I'm saying. So he's gonna have to dig into that bag. If he got that one, if you can get, that you scratch that surface, then you can get out that series. But I never seen the Bulls getting swept whatsoever.
I'm like, it looked like it. I'm like, well, maybe they just overmatched, and I'm like,
well, it came with the experience. So I mean, that team is young, and I mean, outside of Caruso, being deep in the playoffs, having a deep playoff.
Like, and they missing Lonzo, so they missing Lonzo, who's another defender that would have helped. Lonzo would have helped with his defense.
So
and his playmaking.
I mean,
they missing somebody, but DeRozan look like the Lakers. Y'all fucked up. The Lakers, y'all fucked up.
If the Bucks and the Knicks the Bucks and the Nets get knocked off,
Lakers and their fans,
who's gonna take the East? Now the East is a toss up.
Yeah, probably the Bulls.
Yeah,
being honest with you, to me the Bulls,
and it might make for more enjoyable basketball than watching the Bucks.
Boston. No, I'm gonna say this: Boston. If Boston get past the
that's
Boston look like they playing defense. Boston is playing defense. My dream final, because I'm a defensive player, is Memphis and Boston. I would love to watch that in the fucking finals. Low scoring defensive matchup. Fuck all this shooting threes. I want to see somebody get hit in the mouth. People get knocked down. That's gonna be some fucking good ass old school defense. Cause they playing defense, and it's masterful how Memphis and Boston, who both are 2 seeds, are playing defense. It's masterful. If you watch how they playing defense, they're playing defense like the 90s, minus the hand checking. They're on you. They're like this. It's none of that. You're gonna score easy here.
Yeah, contest the ball.
Yeah, if you play defense, you'll win a championship in basketball. All you had to do is play fucking defense. So my young viewers who watching, play fucking defense. Don't listen to these fucking coaches talk about shoot threes and get back. No, you got to get in the motherfucker. It's like this. These fucking AAU coaches is ruining basketball. You have to
It's
get in their shit.
well,
You won't stop somebody
that's
from
because
scoring?
Steph makes it look so flashy. He makes it look so easy and effortless. That's where the game is going now. But my sleeper pick for taking the East is the Heat because I think they
play
have the
defense too.
path less traveled.
They play defense
So
too.
come out of the East, I'm looking at the Heat.
Well, speaking of that, the Heat and the Hawks game has been delayed as security investigates a suspicious package. Sounds like Trae Young getting mad. That's what Anthony said.
Whoop.
Somebody in Atlanta bombing shit.
Somebody in Atlanta. Leave it to Atlanta.
Harden may be the old most overrated piece of crap. We're not going to talk about Harden in the playoffs. He's being Harden. Boston versus Memphis equals NBA nightmare.
NBA nightmare.
It might be a nightmare, but that would be a masterful thing of young stars. Think about Ja Morant versus Jason Tatum, and those teams playing together. If you're a basketball fan, yes, that's a great finals for you. If you're a casual, then no.
That's an old school type final.
Old school finals, more like Pistons, Spurs, and 05, 06. You know, it's like something like that. It's not for the eyes, for the
it's for whoever makes the first mistake.
Yes.
To me, that will be the official passing of the guard because we talked about, previous finals and how LeBron made, 8 straight. And then he took, he went off to another conference and then eventually took the Lakers there. And then we talk about KD and Kyrie. But this will usher in the new talent, these new young bulls, and it'll officially change the face of the league.
Just think about it. Boston being in the finals again is great for NBA TV. Boston fans love their Celtics. And Memphis is a new upstart. People like Ja Morant because of the swag, so people will be interested in watching it. It wouldn't be as I think for city-wise and partying and all that other shit, yes, 2 of the worst cities you could probably go to for that. Maybe not Memphis, but definitely fucking Boston. Definitely fucking Boston. But like you want to say geographical cities, yes, probably bad. Since none of the LA teams in there, and they got one New York team in there left. Shit. All the big market, pretty cities, Miami, if Miami make it. Okay, Miami, Memphis, I'll watch that one too. That'll be good too. Like all the defensive teams.
To me, Josh's father, he makes it the entertainment value. He gives it that sports entertainment value to me. I like that little jabbing that he and Karl Anthony Towns Sr. are going through.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm not saying box office TV, but that's a good entertainment value for.
They need to put that series on TV. See,
yes,
they put the wrong one on TV that night. That definitely needs to be not on NBA TV. That needs to be on TV. That's a fun series. And Ja Morant had the quote of the fucking night. That boy said, "Yeah, probably a lot of people in Minnesota drinking now. They drinking with that L."
With that L. Old L.
Old jail. Because look, he bought it. He bought it. And it's a trash talking series. That might go 5 or 6 games. But if Minnesota don't get their head out their ass.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier. So
I
hope it goes 6. I hope it goes at least 6.
Miami.
That deserves to be on TV.
Miami Hawks is going to be a sweep.
Yeah, that's the done deal.
That looked like a mismatch.
The Hawks literally, they're just outmatched. There's nothing that you can really do about it.
It looks like watching preseason.
That last game, you saw what the Heat did in the last game.
I think the Hawks got their heart taken.
I'm like, shit. Now, why is that on TV? I'm like, why is this shit on TV? Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see that ass whooping. That was an ass whooping. Like,
because
Duncan Robinson went crazy. Everybody went crazy. Tyler Hero, all of them just hitting threes.
Everything was just going right for the Heat. And the reason why it's coming on TV, Miami, of course, white heat and being the number one seed, and then they're kind of expecting Trae Young to have this duplicate of a
He
postseason that he
only
went bonkers in from last year.
he only
Yeah.
does well in Philadelphia and fucking New York. That's it. Trae Young versus New York. If he's not playing the New York team, it doesn't. He doesn't.
that
show
hate?
up. He doesn't show up unless it's the Knicks. That's it.
I can't hate when he's right. You know what I'm
He
saying? I can only
show up
hate
for the
when he's
Knicks.
wrong, but he's right.
I'm just being honest with you. You only show up for the Knicks. I don't know why. Maybe because it's Madison Square Garden and Knicks fans will say "fuck Trae Young" and then fucking fires him up.
They made him a villain, so he gonna play to that role. Now he don't have to be the villain. He just gonna hoop and him playing hero ball for the Hawks, and it's not enough. Not for that team, at least.
Random thing.
Nah, he needs to be a leader.
Hey man, we not on to bring the FBI.
Yeah.
He didn't pass that test.
No, we didn't. Well, man, I'm trying to see.
Thanks for the reminder, Anthony.
Yeah, that was the funniest shit last night. If y'all missed the show last night, somebody said they could beat the lie detector test. So we hope the FBI didn't get Vic. But man, that's pretty much it for the playoffs, man. I'm just interested to watch and see if the Pelicans can beat the number one seed while they're down right now. This is the time. Y'all take both games in New Orleans.
Well, as it's set up currently, we have control, but the series is tied. You still have, essentially 3 more games to go. So we'll see where it goes. You've seen Phoenix, be down without, one of 2 of their guys.
Jay Crowder has to do more.
I'm interested.
Jay Crowder has to do more, but I don't want this to be like a New Orleans bias. But Jay Crowder has to do more than just run around and get the quadruple single. He got one in every category. I have never seen that shit before in my life. How you get 1 point, 1 rebound?
Did he have like 27 minutes or something like that?
Yeah. 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. How the fuck you get ones in every fucking thing? That means you just running around.
He's just out here.
You're running around with your arms flailing.
Look, listen, that means you missed 1 free throw. Because there's no way you did it. You missed 1 free throw. I'm like, you couldn't get 2s and nothing. That means you really got 1 in every category. How the fuck you do that? How the fuck you do that?
To quote Lala, I just work here.
I think that's what he was saying too.
He just work here. That's quote me. I bought the I just work here today. That's quote me. You quote Mo.
I'll quote you, Mo.
I just work here.
I just work here.
He has to do more. He has to do. Look, he has to do more. Ayton has to do more. And that's the only way I can see them if they just overpower y'all. But Big Valanciunas is in the middle, so I don't see Ayton struggles against bigger guys. So he's controlling the paint.
CP3 is still that guy. So
I'm like this. This is for you, Nasty. Fuck CP3. That's what he would have said it. Nasty would have said it. Nasty would say fuck CP3. He'd have said it just like that. I don't know why Nasty don't like Chris Paul. I don't know what Chris Paul did him, but
he gave up on New Orleans more than once.
That boy will say, man, he don't care if Chris Paul won MVP. He will say Chris Paul is the worst player in the league. He don't like Chris Paul or James Harden. Well, there's reasons why not to like James Harden. Fuck James Harden. But we got the dumbass of the week. The Mike Tyson incident on the fucking airplane. I don't know what possessed you, fan, to go up to a man who had a hard upbringing in Catskills, New York. Brought himself up from that to become a tough, but one of the top boxers ever.
Wait,
He
Catskill's
fucking
not bad.
I'm saying he went to jail. Well, not Catskill. I mean Brownsville. He was in Brownsville.
Yeah, first, and then he
Yeah,
went
he
up
was
to
in Brownsville.
Catskill after
Then
he
he went to
became a boxer.
Catskill. Yeah, he went from Brownsville to Catskill. Then he brought himself up and to be one of the best boxers ever. Damn near. He bit somebody's ear. He went to jail, and you gonna fuck with somebody like that?
This guy had to be on edibles, or he just wasn't paying attention in the movie Hangover. Because movie magic or not, that hit legit, and I felt the hit when I first seen it for the first time ever. In that scene in Hangover.
Who's gonna get Mike Tyson off you?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Mike Tyson was hitting him with left and right, tearing him up. He lucky that wasn't Young Mike, because that was Young Mike. Young Mike might have killed him. We talking about coked up Mike. We talking about Mike who was, it was that Mike. He might have killed him. And I tell people it's like this. You have to, I say you have to be smart about this. You see Mike Tyson in public, man, if you want an autograph, hey, Mr. Tyson, can I get an autograph or something? Can I, get a picture? He might do that for you. But you don't fucking aggravate Mike Tyson, former boxing champion of the world, unified boxing champion of the world. You don't fucking do that unless you Buster Douglas. That's the only person I see you put Tyson to sleep. Buster Douglas, Lennox Lewis, and Evander Holyfield. If you ain't none of them people, leave Mike the fuck alone.
Seriously.
Yeah, but that you can debate Buster Douglas, Lennox Lewis, and Evander Holyfield, but that's when Tyson was drugging it up.
Jailbird
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson in his prime would run through all of those dudes.
I'm just saying. Listen,
Buster Douglas got a lucky punch.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Pretty much.
I'm just saying, if you not none of them dudes, don't approach fucking Mike. He made Roy Jones quit boxing. Because Roy Jones was still boxing in his 50s. He's still fucking boxing. He said, man, I don't want to do this shit no more. What made you think it was okay to fuck with Mike Tyson? Fuck that.
He was on edibles. I told you earlier.
Look,
he was on edibles.
I'm 6'3", 270. Bro. And I'm not fucking with Mike Tyson. He can have the undisputed title.
And Tyson in his 50s.
I'm not fucking with 50-year-old Tyson. I'm not fucking with 12-year-old Tyson. I'm not fucking with no version of fucking Mike Tyson. Don't you fucking understand?
12-year-old Tyson would have taken your styrofoam cup from last night.
Nah, he wouldn't take that. Hey.
You can have that.
No.
That's all you, Mike. That's all you.
Nah, that might be the only time me and Mike go round for round. You touch my fucking drink, we might have to go for a round. But I'm not fucking with Mike Tyson like that. Who does that shit? You might as well just jump in the ring with a bull and let it hit you. Like this,
you might as well mess with that tiger like they did in that movie, in the Hangover movie. I'd rather mess with that tiger than mess with some Mike. Because Mike still put out videos.
Well, supposedly the dude threw water in his face.
Yeah, the only way I can beat Mike Tyson is playing Punch Out, and that was the hardest fucking video game.
I still can't beat it.
I beat it once.
Dodge.
It's a dodge and wait till he turns back and then you hit it.
It's like a dodge, punch, and something like that. Like you got to dodge a certain way. I still can't figure it out.
He starts throwing those uppercuts, so you got to dodge them.
You gone.
That's it.
And then when
you out.
When he throws the last one, that's where you start punching. And then you have to. Yep, and then you got to close up again, and then he starts coming up, and you start dipping. Believe me, I beat that shit.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that bitch. I beat it once.
I
beat it once.
I've seen it happen. I can't
do
it myself.
You got to time the pattern.
You got to figure out that formula.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just telling you, listen, sir, I don't know your name, sir. If you suicidal, just say that.
Clearly he is.
Not death by Mike Tyson.
And on an airplane.
On that fucking airplane. You can't
where you
fucking
can't
move
run.
on an airplane.
Where you running to? First class?
Clout is, I'm like this. I'm gonna ask the DSM-7 now. If we have 6. So I'm gonna go ask the people in the DSM-7 to make clout a mental illness. Like clout should be a mental illness.
Yep.
Like you chasing clout.
DSM-7.
I think you're fucking mentally ill if you chasing clout. I'm like, if you're doing that shit for attention, you're sick. You're mentally sick. Anything for likes and subscribes and all that other shit. That's stupid.
Listen, at 50 years old, I know those punches still hurt.
Exactly. Oh man, you got that old man strength now.
Yeah, them punches hurt. So that dude, as he was getting punched, was like, "Oh shit!"
Boy, you saw the lumps on his head. You saw the lumps on his head. You see that they're looking stupid after he got hit. The boy lumped
when
up
didn't they hurt? Who sits there and says, what individual in this world today says, you know what? If Mike Tyson gave me all his money just to put all his weight behind one punch, who wants to take that? Who's sitting there taking that offer? Not one person alive.
You got some dummies that do it for clout. They got some dummies that'll do it. I don't even get in the ring. I wouldn't even get in the ring if I had all the gear on and the hand pad things. I ain't even trying to do that.
Like I'm serious. Clout should be a mental illness. Like chasing clout, call it cloutophobia. That's the fear of clout. What happened to Homeboy?
What happened to Homeboy is what you call instant karma.
Yes.
Instant.
We'll come up with a name, but it needs to be called something because these people who chasing this fucking clout go get you killed. You better realize
exactly.
Clout go get you killed because you're gonna go up against the wrong person, and they ain't gonna lump you up like Mike Tyson. They're gonna shoot your ass. That's gonna be the next thing.
You're right.
Or tase your ass, or something gonna happen. Like this clout shit, I'm over it. Like I'm over it. It's stupid. That's like the dumbest thing. The airline was JetBlue was the airline with the comfortable seats and shit. Like they do. JetBlue has the most comfortable ass seats. but you go fight Mike Tyson on the JetBlue airline. This man is chilling, minding his fucking business.
I don't even think it was fighting. I think that the dude he had to have been under the influence of something.
Yeah, he kept going behind his head.
It's not like you don't. It's like you don't recognize Mike Tyson. He got that big fucking tattoo on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like
edibles. That was crack. That was some crackhead shit. Though.
Nah, he was sniffing. He was smoking those bath salts from fucking Florida.
Oh, that boy was doing something. That boy was up there doing something. PCP. He was sniffing glue. He was fucking huffing paint fumes or something.
No, either that or his parents dropped him on his head when he was a baby.
Well, Mike Tyson almost jumped on, fucking ended his fucking life on that thing. Because when I saw him punch him, I'm like, oh shit, Mike go kill it. Mike caught a flashback.
I didn't see the punch. But I did see that dude sitting up there aggravating him.
It was punches, Eric. Punches.
Plural.
Yep. It was about 4 of them.
Yeah, but that's what they're trained to do. Throw punches in bunches.
Oh man. I'm just saying people need to stop that. Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson. We gonna go at Mike Tyson, who's known to go off the handle. We gonna pick the most.
The man bit someone ear off.
I mean this shit with all
out of frustration.
Yeah.
The most emotionally unbalanced person in boxing ever, probably. You fucking go at him. You go at him who will snap off on your ass like this. Him.
It definitely wasn't the smartest thing for him to do. It definitely wasn't. I don't care how much clout. That pain, it goes away, but that shit had to hurt. It had to. It must have been like getting hit by bricks.
Oh, it has to.
You know what I'm saying? It could, because he's been punching that bag for so many years. His hand, when he closes it, must be like having a rock. And you imagine when you're boxing and you got gloves on, you got the pad protecting you, even though it'll still knock you out. Can you imagine Mike Tyson hitting you with his bare hands?
Fuck no.
When Tyson was putting out those videos with him sparring with someone and they had on pads, and you could hear how those pads are sounding off. They're sounding like pretty much rollings of thunder. Like
you heard the dude.
You can hear that. I can only imagine him hitting me with the weight of his bare hands.
See, the only thing saved him was an airline. It was in an airplane. That's the only thing. He couldn't get his weight behind those punches. They were just like short arm punches like that, and they still
even his short arm punches.
That dude still bruised off of that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the
if he would have came from back here, he would have killed him.
That's what I'm saying. If he could have got room, he'd have knocked your boy out. So take whatever scar, whatever lump, and say, that's me being stupid.
Because at first they tried,
he messed up.
You know how the media
he's not gonna press charges on Mike. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you started it, so how can you not?
You know how the media is. When it first happened, it was like, oh, Mike Tyson beat up somebody on a plane. But then the extended video came out, and you saw that homeboy was, being mouthy with him, and you also saw him. He threw some water on him or something like that. And to me, that's disrespectful if somebody throws some water at you.
All that for likes. It's stupid. He going to the hospital and said I was messing with Tyson and he beat me up. They're going to look at him and say, leave the hospital with your dumb ass. they all.
No Hippocratic oath today.
Hell yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man.
As they're going to tell you, take this fucking aspirin and go home, dumbass.
I'm telling him to go to the 6th floor where they keep all the, where you work, Mo.
Third floor charity.
3rd floor upstairs.
The 2nd floor at UFC now. 2nd floor. I'm on the 2nd floor. Where I work, it's just 1 floor. Just bring him over there. 1 floor. Come on in.
That's exactly where he should have went.
So you can get lumped up by Mo. That's be the next thing. You got lumped up by Tyson. Now you're going to come in here and get lumped up by Mo. There it is. I'm going to hit the other side of the head for being stupid. That's what you mean.
Undisputed.
I'm not putting that title against Tyson. Fuck that. I would lose that one.
You giving it to him, right?
I know I talk a lot of shit.
Here.
But I know a professionally trained boxer, hell no, I can't take him.
Champions don't lose their title in countouts. I'm taking this and I'm walking. I'm out of here.
Disqualification. You can't lose your belt on disqualification. I'm kicking Tyson straight in the nuts. Like last night, bringing that back, kicking him square in the nuts. Ow.
Mo,
running for my life.
If you did that, you better move out of New Orleans.
Don't you understand? I will run for my life as I kick him in the nuts and run. I'm out of here.
You better go home, pack Chico, and roll up, and you better go.
No, we got the Blick Club. We got something for Mike ass. You come to the door.
You know who Mike Tyson is?
You might not leave walking. You better sit his ass down.
You see how I roll, pack?
See how man, never go home without it. That's what's up.
First of all, I think if she would smack Mo, because she'd be like, "Why did you even kick him? Why didn't you just walk away?"
I would say he was beating my ass, baby. He was beating my ass. I had to get away. So I had to kick him with the nuts and run.
That's your problem.
We married now. She could be like, Mike, get your ass out of here, Mike. Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. I'll be high behind road. Yeah. Yeah, get your punk ass out of here. Yeah. Close the door. Close the door.
Even though at his older age, he still seems a little mellow. If I saw Mike Tyson, it's going to be Mr. Tyson. You know what I'm saying? You just don't walk up, what's up, Mike? You know what I'm saying? You give him that respect. This dude must have really been disrespectful.
He was. I saw the video. He all behind Mike's head. And Mike been in jail, bro. You don't go behind nobody back who went in jail. And yes, Izzy, I know you were running. Miss B says she'll stand in front of me. Good luck, Miss B. He hopefully don't hit women.
Miss B, don't do it.
Women. Yeah, but like, God damn. You know, we're going to say, damn shame what happened to Mrs. B. Just hope we don't hit women.
I don't know. Mike Tyson might be that ghetto.
Mike will put out an APB on you. He will find you. Yeah, he can find his blick too. That's what he gonna fucking find. That's what he gonna find.
You gonna find a whole bunch of issues he didn't ask for.
Yeah, he ain't.
He's gonna find the blick.
I forgot what movie that was. You bulletproof, nigga. I forgot what name of that movie that dude said that. You bulletproof, nigga. No. That's the only way I will stand up to Mike Tyson. I gotta have some type of weapon. Fuck that. You think I'm gonna go behind Mike Tyson?
I'm not trying to get into any kind of situation with Mike Tyson. I'm gonna stay away from that. If I have a situation with Mike Tyson, it's gonna be something that it happens on the spur of the moment type shit.
I am not going to myself in them shit like that.
I just told y'all I cringed when he punched that dude on The Hangover.
Hell yeah.
This man up here sitting here chilling, playing his piano. He's like, hold on, this is my part. This is my part. And lay out. Nope. I want nothing to do with that type of mic. That's that same mic. I don't want no part of that.
I'm like, I don't want no problems. Mr. Tyson, if you're watching, we don't want no fucking problems with you. That's all I can tell you.
Yo, Mike, read his shirt.
No problems with me.
Look, that's the only person I can say I'm not ready for that smoke. Nah, I ain't ready for that Tyson smoke. Fuck that. Like, listen, y'all can say, you know what? If you go mess with Mike Tyson right now, we'll make your podcast the #1 podcast in the world. Fuck it. We'll keep doing what we're doing right now. Fuck it. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Fuck that. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that shit.
Like, if you went, you'd end up like what's his name from what the hell's his name? The dude in the wheelchair that talks with his laptop.
Oh shit, Stephen Hawking. Oh fuck.
That's what would that would be Mo at the
hangover punch. That was real. I heard that they didn't stage it.
This is the Venom and Smoke show. We have the diabolical hater.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. I'm not trying to get brain damage that way. Fuck though.
Keep all of that.
I'd rather get on a motorcycle going up one-way traffic with no helmet than to go fucking fight Mike Tyson. You fucking crazy.
I don't know about that one.
You both go get fucked up either way.
Yeah, but
either way might be
if Mike hits you good once, you're gonna fall. He ain't jumping on top of you. If you on a motorcycle, you get hit by a car. It's like a pinball machine. You get hit by 7 cars.
Look, either way you did. Fuck it.
Either way,
I'd rather get punched once by Mike than hit.
Look, you get hit by that first car, you ain't gonna feel the other ones because you're gonna be gone anyway.
Yeah, but you have more of a chance of dying.
I don't know about that because if Mike throw 2 of the bitches, you out. You
listen. If I'm gonna fight Mike Tyson, even if he misses,
I'm telling you, look, Mike hit you with one of them bitches.
I'm going down.
Gonna start leaving your body. He hit you with the other one, your soul is gone. He hit you with that second, the last one, it just go dead.
Soon as he swings, I think even before the punch gets there, I'm gonna be.
I don't think he hit your boy hard. If you see the punches, he was throwing the arm punches. If Mike would have threw a fucking real punch, that dude would have had a seizure, man.
Look at the lumps.
Yeah.
So
And that's
his regular bullshit arm punches do damage.
Yes. So you think I'm gonna fucking take a chance and get hit with one with legs behind it?
Better than getting hit by 7 or 5 or 6 cars. Fuck that.
Man, look, I'm not trying to be Mitch Green, like he said, Mitch Green. I ain't trying to be no fucking Mitch Green. Walk around my eye hanging out and shit. Man, hell nah, man.
He whooped Mitch Green's ass on the street, and Mitch Green still talk shit.
And then he beat the fuck out of him in the ring. So I was like, what the yes. I'm not dealing with Mike Tyson, man. Look, either way it's suicide. That's what I meant by that going up the one-way
exactly what it is.
It's suicide the way. Whether you're going up one-way traffic on a motorbike with no helmet or fight Mike Tyson, either way it's suicide.
That motherfucker better have his track shoes on.
Either way, it's suicidal thoughts going through your fucking mind. That's the only way I would go and say, hey, Mike Tyson, you a bitch. If I'm suicidal. Stand there and take the punch if I want to die.
Nope.
That's stupid. He hit you with 2 punches, that's it.
He hit you 1.
Yeah. 1. If he hit you with 1 right to the temple, I guarantee you'll be a vegetable afterwards. Most likely Mike will hit you with 2 punches, 1 to the side, 1 to the body, and the other. That's it. Body, head, body.
Well, thank you.
Good night.
Yep. As soon as he hit you to the body, your arms drop. And he was deadly with his hand. You know what I'm saying? When he threw punches, they went to where he was throwing them.
And Lennox called an old Mike. Let's be real. Lennox didn't want smoke with young Mike because Lennox ducked that man for 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Nobody ain't no fool. Ain't nobody fool out here.
I'm gonna put it this way. Listen, he'd have knocked the British accent out of fucking Lennox Lewis if he'd have fought him on the fucking with it in his prime. Look, Lennox would have sounded like a dude from New York after he finished beating the shit out of him.
No. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Out of here. That's what he'd have been fucking saying.
He's like a fucking Italian mafia dude. Fuck out of here.
Forget about it. He gonna fucking tell you.
Forget about it.
Fuck, he wouldn't have been talking like he would have been talking the Queen's English. You'd have knocked him the fuck out, or had him stutter like Bubba Ray Dudley. He'd have had his fucking ass. Man, that was Jailbird Mike. That's when he came out of jail, man. That was jailbird. After the jail sentence, Mike went down. Before that jail sentence, nobody was trying to fight Mike Tyson. Not even Evander Holyfield. No. Nobody was trying to fight Mike. The only one who got him was, I think, it was like what? It was after he came out. It was Buster. I think Buster was the only one with the lucky punch, the long 10 count. And that's after Cuss. No, once Cuss died.
That's where that's where he went downhill. He didn't have that discipline in his life anymore. And he let the hype get to his head. Now, Mike Tyson could have been the best heavyweight ever.
Yes.
If he would have stayed doing what he had to do.
And I think he could agree with that. I think he would probably agree with that. Now in his older years and reflecting, he probably could say, yeah, you know, once Cuss died, that was basically in his career. You think
that's when he started partying.
But
that's when he started partying. That's why he fired what's his name?
Tony
Rooney. Mm-hmm. No, his trainer was a dude named Rooney.
Oh yeah, Rooney. Oh yeah, it sure was.
And that's when he fired him. As soon as he fired him, that was it. Mike started hanging out and partying.
Yeah, Don King, started it.
He killed everybody.
Yeah, but when Cuss died, it took that father figure away that can rein Mike in and make Mike focus on boxing. See, Cuss Tyson probably was the most unstoppable fighter I've ever seen.
Yeah.
If you look at him when you had custom model with him, the most and I put that against Ali, Mayweather, whoever you want to throw at me. Nobody was that fast and that strong. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. He was knocking people out, and he was throwing those combinations. When Cuss died, he was like became a one-punch fighter after that, really, for the most part.
He had a killer instinct before that was undeniable. And he scared everybody. He
what's
beat
up,
everybody
Jay? Thanks for
before the
joining.
fight.
Don King was Suge Knight before Suge Knight was. Yeah, he was a ripoff artist, man. Don King, only in America, was ripping these fucking fighters off, man. But
you know who the Don King of today is? Homeboy from UFC.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know Don King was a gangster, though. Don King, he was.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that.
He used to be in a, you know what I'm saying? He used to be in, a reverend and all that shit. But Don King was in the streets. It was a reason why Don King got the clout he had, man. Man, Don King was in the fucking streets, man. Probably have a motherfucker disappear and shit. When somebody get that powerful, they moving in a certain way, and they with some people that can get you touched. You know that, man. You know the boxing and all that shit around the mafia.
Yeah.
And that's basically today. And that's basically how Suge Knight ran Death Row.
Yeah.
Just like that. This is the contract. This is how much money I'm giving you. This is how much money I'm taking.
Most of us in this generation were like, Ali is an old man when when you started watching boxing. He stopped in the 80s. So, I just was born in 85. So it was like, we caught
I saw a couple. I got to see a couple of his things, but mainly I would say towards the end of his careers and when HBO and Channel 7 was throwing the Saturday afternoon boxing, that's where you got to see a lot of that.
Yeah,
Ali.
Yeah, Ali was when Holmes killed him. That's the only one I remember when Holmes killed him.
Yeah, I think that was on Channel 7.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was an ass whipping of all ass whippings.
They took advantage. That was, I think at that point, Ali's mind was already gone.
Nobody has the right to invade anyone's place or space. Mike has the right to defend or protect himself. Harassment against the law is against the law. Period. Stand your right, law. Jar. I don't. Pops. I don't know what the jar means, but I got the gist of your comment. Yeah, he's saying harassment is against the law. It is. And you got the right to, you can stand your ground and stuff.
To me, it was assault because he threw that liquid at him.
Yeah, that's assault. That is
because
assault.
it could have been anything. It could have been pee. It could have been acid.
Anything.
And then
you
when
don't know.
In the air, the regulations are different.
Oh yeah.
The regulations once you get in the air or when you get in that carrier, it's all different then. So the guys, he's talking about pressing charges. He's not pressing charges against Mike, but he's lucky that he wasn't detained right then and there, especially for having video evidence that it got to our level.
First of all, they don't want you getting out your seat that much, and he was out of his seat
exactly
over Mike's head. Somebody should have stopped that shit before he even got to that. If I'm cool with dude. Or if I'm the dude on the other aisle, bro, that's fucking Mike Tyson. Sit your stupid ass down, man. That's what I told him, man. Sit your stupid
But they
ass
had
down.
passengers. They had a passenger next to Mike, and they had a passenger next to that guy. So, obviously, you don't want to be in somebody else's mix when you're in the plane. But
I'm like this. You're not crossing me to get to Mike. Sit your fucking ass down, man. Get out my space. I'm already cranked.
I think we should all be concerned. I'm a concerned citizen, my man, because that's not no regular human being.
That's fucking Mike Tyson. First of
all, let me tell you something.
Mike don't want
to. He's lucky that Mike wasn't hanging with the goons he used to hang out with.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. Look, if Mike would have missed and hit the fucking passenger next to me, and I'm the fucking passenger and I get hit, man, sit your stupid ass down. That's what he needs.
20 million.
Fuck, I'd have been like,
going after Mike for 20.
Fuck, I'd have been like, fuck. Jesus, is that you? That's how I'm like this. He can't do that. And like the people there, I'm like, look, bro. Like we already be pissed off, especially if it's a long layover. You be pissed off already. And then that fight probably back, stopped it for even more. I'm like, look, man, if you don't sit your fucking ass down,
let
this
it
plan
been like
don't go,
that.
I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Let it been like that Miles Bridges incident where he trying to aim for somebody, hit somebody else, and that thing hit that little girl in the face. I don't know what it was. Oh my God, I'm deceased.
It was sad to see
God.
Ali versus Holmes. Yes, it was very sad. Ali put the world's wars on. Yes, he did, but at the time he should have knew when to retire. See, some of these boxers need to know when to retire. He has the right to punch him to the jaw. Forehead? You mean forehead? You could jar and shit. What the fuck is this jaw, Pops? Yeah, you gotta do. I think it's fucking auto-corrected him, I think.
Either that or he got a styrofoam cup too.
Man, look, I'm drinking beer tonight, man. I'm chilling. Shit, I would have watched the free Mike Tyson fight. Why not? Depends. If it was a layover, fuck that fight. I'm trying to get where I need to go. I'm like one of the people that don't like to be waiting in airplanes. I'm tall and shit, so I'll be all crunched up anyway in the fucking airlines. You can have a leg room or whatever. Still don't like sitting there that long. So let's get this shit on the road.
Heard me say, there's no way that I'm trying to take anything from no Mike Tyson. I told you, the dude punches when he hits pads sound like rolling thunder. There's no way I want that on my body. This is me wearing a $140. Nope, you keep that, sir. I don't want no problems with that. I'm gonna be like Martin when he got hit by Hitman.
But where was the air marshal? I guess he made all the play to stop the fight. Probably watching the fucking fight. That's what he probably was doing.
I don't think even there's an air marshal on every flight.
The marshal said, "That's effing Mike Tyson."
I'm not. Who you think I'm gonna stop Mike Tyson? Fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all don't pay enough.
I'm gonna let what happens happen, and I can come in at the back end. What calmer heads will prevail.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, when he's knocked out.
Yep. I'm the air marshal. What's the health benefit to me doing this shit? What's our health plan? Because if I go there try to break up a fight while Mike is swinging one of them
my benefits, all my medical is up to date. Say, cause y'all say Mike Tyson on this plane? Yeah, I need all my money up front. All of it for this week.
Yo, look, Mike, to say this, start flying private, Mike. Just start flying private, bro.
My thing is, Mike Tyson probably wouldn't have bothered anybody on that flight.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He was just gonna go about his merry way.
I'm not saying this for Mike. I'm just saying just so he won't get bothered like that, because that's this. It's a copycat motherfuckers. Clout is a bad.
If they stupid enough to let Mike Tyson get his punch off, then hey.
I'll put it this way. Clout is a bad motherfucker. I don't want this to be a fucking new thing. Well, celebrity is chilling. And you fucking with a boxer. That might turn into a new challenge. These kids today stupid as a motherfucker. That might be a new challenge.
Kids have access to these camera devices, and everybody's gonna do something that says, you know what? I also want to be famous. If I have to do something to get my 15 seconds of fame, it doesn't matter. And the thing that set it off for me, the one thing that it set it off for me was that whole
shit.
Set yourself on fire challenge.
That was dumb as fuck.
I said, oh my God, I'm scared to live in today's world.
Talking about when they put the alcohol over their body.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit here and see how long I can set myself on fire. One, fire's hot. I don't have to be. You don't have to remind me that fire's hot.
I think we got to teach this new generation that fire is hot, bro. I really think we got to just get a stove and say, "Here, touch it."
No, because they gonna do stuff that says, guess what? You know what? I want these 50 seconds of fame. That's what they're chasing nowadays.
Come on, motherfuckers, we're eating Tide Pods.
Yes. It's a mental illness. This shit is a mental illness. People don't want to see it's mental illness. If you fighting Mike Tyson, light yourself on fire, eating Tide Pods. If I told you this shit back in the 90s, you would look at me like I'm crazy as fuck. If I told you that was the future. Oh, Mo, you tripping. I know y'all to say, man, Mo, you tripping. The future ain't going to be like that.
Imagine having this conversation with your 20-year-old younger year self.
Hey,
sitting
like,
here and be
man, I
like,
told myself,
what?
man, shut your stupid ass up if I was doing it.
Right.
Shut your stupid ass up,
That's
bro.
exactly what you be saying.
I'd have been like,
No way.
yo, Jay.
Man. So we
I'd
got
be like,
really
yo,
white
Jay,
people in the future trying to fight.
in about
Mike
20
Tyson.
years, some dude's gonna mess with Mike Tyson on a plane. What?
No water
Are they
on.
are they looking to die? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
20-year-old me would have been like, nah, fuck that.
value
Ain't
yourself
fucking
at
with Mike
all.
Light
Tyson.
themselves on fire. Are they a Buddhist monk? No, they're just doing it for the. What the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? Eating Tide Pods. First, I'd be like, what the fuck is a Tide Pod? Then he explained it. They'd be like, so they're eating detergent. Yes. The fuck is going? I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to go to that future. That's how I told myself. I don't want to go to that future. That future is scary.
Yeah, that future is scary.
And think about this:
Like,
when we are old, those Tide Pod generation and clout seekers are going to be running the fucking country.
Dude, I'll be close to death. I'll be on my way out. You know what I'm saying? I won't have to deal with this shit.
The older I get, the more I realize what the professor of a Futurama was saying. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
It's gonna be fucked up.
Yep.
I'm just saying. He had to be glad it was Deontay Wilder would have probably killed him. Because he'd have probably swung from the shoulder.
Yeah.
He'd have swung that right hand, that long ass right hand. He'd have probably took him out.
You probably would have hit him more than like 5 or 6 times too.
That's another one. The milk
Yes,
crate
Anthony.
challenge. Let's stack up milk crates. Look, let's stack up milk crates.
God.
Let's walk to the top and see if I can stay on empty milk crates. What for?
That
what?
shit is, you can't tell me that shit ain't funny though.
Man. Then you got motherfuckers women doing it in heels, breaking their neck. You got dudes trying to run up there, breaking their back. Look, your workplace medical don't cover that shit, bro. You gotta have short-term disability for that shit, man.
I used to work
on workman's comp.
I used to work at the theme park. And the way to our break room, you had to go behind a bunch of the restaurants. And they would have those milk crates kind of toward the back of that little gate or wherever the entrance was, the entrance door. I would stub I would scratch like my upper body on a corner of these things. So I can only imagine these guys climbing up these crates and falling all in their back, hitting their side, some part of their knee. I don't want no part of that. That's the upper part of my body saying, guess what? I don't like that. What's inspiring y'all to say, you know what? Wherever the Lord takes me, I'm gonna go with God with these crates. There's no way. What are you doing?
Yeah, listen, man. I used to work with your brother at the arena, man, and them fucking milk crates used to hurt. When I hit my shin on one, and that shit hurt. That fucking shit hurt. So I can't imagine falling from 10 feet in the fucking air.
Yeah.
On a milk crate, on milk crates, plural, hurting myself. I can imagine how much pain I would be in your back.
Catching it in your rib cage.
I'll be sounding like Mike Tyson. I broke my back. My back is broken.
What you want to elaborate on that?
Spinal. Yes. Okay, Pops. I didn't want to know that about you, but okay. I wanted to text Jaw, not Jaw, but Pops, I'm still your son, man. I don't need to know. You could have left the part about your fingers out, but keep getting in the way of texting. Need bigger phones. Yep, about to drink this Louis. I think you had enough. I think you had enough of Louis XIII cognac. I think you had enough.
Then it's early on Friday. You pulling Pop's card like that.
I'll just put it to you this way: it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right.
Hey, nah.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all
As a matter of fact, in California.
Yep, just turned 5:10. Look, just want people to know. If you one of these clout chasing motherfuckers, stop that shit. You gonna get yourself killed, or somebody else gonna get in trouble.
Somebody gonna get some charges off of some bullshit.
Yeah, it's not worth it. 15 minutes of fame. You think this kid with the lumps and the titties on his head He got a pair of titties, a pair of D cups on his head. That's what he got for being stupid. People not putting up with that dumb shit no more. I remember they were doing the knockout challenge. Remember they running around knocking people, trying to knock people out? I wish a motherfucker would hit me. You ain't running, bitch. Come here. I'm like, you ain't doing none of that shit.
They won't do that shit here in New York.
Man, listen.
Because if you don't knock the person out, you get shot.
Yeah, I'm about to say, people are dying every day over dumb shit. Look, people getting shot for less. You go in on and you do some stupid shit. Somebody gonna shoot your dumb ass. And now they got a murder charge. Because your dumb ass want to do something for clout. How about this? If you're gonna do it for clout, do that shit in the sanctity of your own home. I don't care what you do. You can electrocute yourself, cut your dick off, or whatever you want to do in your fucking house. As long as you stay in your house. Don't bring that shit in the public.
Yeah.
And to end the show on boxing, I just found this out. Tyson Fury and Devin White. I know they're fighting, but they say he's retiring. They say he's retiring after the fight. Tyson
Fury?
Who's that?
Yeah, Fury is going to retire after the fight.
Oh wow!
Is there really anybody else that he needs to beat?
Joshua. Everybody looking for the Fury Joshua fight, but Joshua screwed the pooch. So yeah, I like
that'll be the fight that brings him out of retirement.
You know, that'll bring Britain's fight. You know, people in Great Britain will like it. People like D-Star. You know, D-Star, them people. I like it. Just think Mike messed up your head, swollen, and you had to walk through the airport. People laughing to take it. And think about the pressure of that airplane. Think about the pressure of that airplane. Like, I know that shit thumping. You know your ears pop on the airplane. That shit had to be thumping the whole way.
All that pressure, all that pressurized that's in that cabin.
These
it's
clout
only making things
knuckleheads need to wash their ass.
It's exactly what.
Don't give them ideas. They'll eat the soap. They'll eat the fucking soap. They'll eat the fucking soap.
They're gonna wash it. They're gonna wash themselves from the inside out.
For those watching at home, this is a continuation from the wrestling podcast show that people don't know how to take care of their hygiene.
They don't know how to wash their ass.
So here's a daily reminder to wash your tails. Wash your nasty tails.
That's the nice way to say it. Wash your fucking ass. That's nice. That's a nice way to put it, Eric. In layman's term, wash your fucking ass. There it is.
Please.
They said, so Fury gonna whip that to me. Dylan White is not a tomato can, bro. Dylan White is a good boxer. People been ducking Dylan White.
His package, he seemed legit.
He in his bag.
It's not gonna be a cakewalk. It's definitely worth the price of admission.
Is he a better matchup for Fury than Wilder was? Because Dylan White can box. So it's gonna be a great match. I'm gonna watch it nefariously, but it's gonna be a great fucking boxing match.
Was it tomorrow?
Yes.
It's tomorrow.
It's gonna be a great fucking match. Because people been asking him to fight Dylan White.
I'm gonna watch that nefariously myself.
Oh yes. I'm gonna get me another one of these Coronas, sit back and watch the whole match. You know he going to WWE. They saying Fury going to WWE, so you know that's his next move to come back there.
Oh wow!
So if Fury retire, who gets the belt? It'll probably be a tournament for the belt, or you know they might do interims. Whoever was the next person supposed to be the number one contender probably will get the interim belt. And you know how boxing do it. It's either going to be a Super 8 tournament or it's going to be they're going to name an interim challenger, and then they have a fight. Number one,
have a fight for that belt.
Yeah, so yeah, you know how it is. Of course, nefarious means will be used.
I'm using it right now.
Yes, pretty nefariously, I might ask. I'm really excited for this fight. You know, I'm ready to see Fury Fury, fight somebody that he doesn't have an advantage over. I was a Wilder fan, but I told people the only way Wilder win if he knock him out.
Yeah.
But that crack or whatever he had in his system back in the days made him rise like he was the Undertaker after that. Because I swear I screamed they killed him. When I saw that fight, I'm like, he killed him. He fucking look. See, that was Mike Tyson who hit Fury like that. Fury wasn't getting up. Let's tell you just like that.
Facts.
There wasn't many people that would get up after Mike Tyson put them on their ass.
That Fury got up from that Wilder punch. I'm like, fuck. So he's tough. He earned my respect. He earned my respect with the Wilder series because I'm like, he really tough. And
but him coming to WWE,
that's what the money
is. A whole other world.
Yeah, but you know what? It'll be like a Goldberg situation. They're gonna shove them down your throat until you have no other choice whether you're gonna like them or you're gonna hate them.
Is heading to the E too. That's why he's talking all that shit. So
I don't hear too much about Conor McGregor nowadays. Well, at least in this year, I haven't heard about him this year.
He got humbled.
Yeah, I give it to Conor McGregor. He breaks his leg, and while he's sitting on his ass with his leg hanging, he still was talking shit. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, but that second fight, though. That second fight, he wasn't doing no talking. That boy was asleep for that second fight, boy. That boy was asleep. He got humbled. And once he got humbled, his MMA star went down. So, with Conor McGregor, he's another one. But I'm happy to see Tyson Fury fight one more time. I think it's to unify the belts.
It is to unify the belts.
And just if he win. So I need Dylan White to win so we don't have to go through the unification process again. I need Dylan White to win. Because if Tyson Fury is losing, that means we got to reunify the fucking belts. It's going to be a big-ass mess if Tyson Fury do it.
If Tyson Fury does it, it's going to be one big cluster.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Tyson Fury, if you are retiring, I mean, you'll retire undefeated. Well, not undefeated. He got a draw on his record with no losses. So, he got the cat like Godfather. The cat that jumped up there. But I'm just saying, he had no losses. So, where would you rank him in the echelon of boxers? The pantheon.
The heavyweight division ain't been great since 80s and 90s, man.
Since the 90s. That's pretty much when I followed boxing.
And then everything went to Mayweather. It was the lighter class that ruled boxing for a long time.
Do you think Fury will be a Hall of Famer?
I mean, I used to watch boxing a lot more. HBO, Showtime, ESPN on Friday nights. Boxing ain't what it used to be.
That's because
they don't have the names. They don't have the flash. The divisions now, you get like two good guys. The rest of them are scrubs. Where back in the day, the top 10, anybody in that top 10 could be champ.
They don't have that no more. You don't get enough eyes on it to me because I can remember nights that I would watch it with my grandfather. I can remember, I want to say it was Tuesday night fights. They used to come on regular TV.
Tuesday and Friday.
USA.
Yep. I remember Friday. I remember Friday nights. I used to sit there and watch with my grandfather. And I came up with my grandparents. And if I can remember that, I don't remember names, but I remember, at least having the availability to sit there and watch, young guys come up.
I just got news that the Giants are trying to trade Kavarius Toney. They're trying to trade him for a first round pick.
What? No way.
I'm saying they're saying they're trying to trade him. Oh shit.
Well, you know what? Perhaps Because the Giants do have a whole new staff. Maybe they are making moves.
They say he's
'Cause to
not
me-
in the off-season training. So y'all about to lose y'all number one receiver?
Well,
Oh,
they
Lord,
got a whole new staff coming in. So
he's
now
gonna jump in.
I guess the way is they're gonna compete. They're gonna sit here and compete in this open NFC East because everybody is expecting the Cowboys to take over. So that essentially means they're gonna, fight for last place. And Philly saying, guess what? We're gonna figure out if Hurts is this guy, and Washington, who
it's a clusterfuck.
they got pieces. They got pieces, but
McLaurin don't want to go there.
I think their culture is pretty much their own detriment because they said they had to fight against. Oh, are we going to change the name? What's the name we're going to have? Well, we're going to keep the football team for 2 years, and now we have this coach who's fighting against that and getting guys ready to play football, and yet here we are. They're under investigation again. It's like everything that's coming out on the non-football side, everything is going through that ball club or that culture. So
also another thing that might impact you, Eric, Pelican Suns is now moved to 9 p.m. Central because of the Miami Heat and Hawks game.
So
you have to wait till 9 to watch your Pelicans. It sucks for me because my wife is at fucking work. Shit. Damn it.
She works at the arena?
Yeah.
My dad was trying to get me in there, and I had to turn it down. I'll be so disappointed. I still watch. I'm watching from my home, but I could have been in the atmosphere enjoying that.
Daniel Jones was a wasted draft pick.
He said, okay,
yeah,
Doc, put on Washington. We'll say this. When Washington will be relevant when they get rid of Daniel Snyder. Yeah,
and that should be soon.
Hey, Anthony, I'm not trying to harp on your team, man. I'm just saying from what I'm looking at from my side of the world. I don't follow the team like that. It's just everything that I see that's going on.
Bro. Y'all got walk it to him. That's all I can say. Y'all gonna get rid of him too in a year. Y'all better get one of these quarterbacks that's out here. Go trade for Baker. Go trade for Baker.
Well, one problem at a time. Right now, you still need McLaurin. You don't need him to show up, but essentially you want him on your team. So what's going to happen? Because he's a big name, and I'm pretty sure there's 31 teams just chomping at the bit. Just sure what's going to happen.
I don't care if he steals crab legs. He can look. He brought it to the Super Bowl. He's in the seafood capital of the fucking world. He get all crab legs he fucking want if he get us to the Super Bowl.
All that you want, brother.
Shit,
I can find something for you right now. I'll go to
he's still paying for that shit. You know how many years ago it was?
Right there, bro. He was a broke college student. I was once a broke college student. I understand the pain of stealing crab legs. I stole a Taco Bell burrito from fucking Tulane thing. Shit, I was so man, you broke. When I went to Tulane, sure did. Look what I did. I fucking got 2 burritos, took them out while I was in line, put one in another one, rolled it up, and paid for one. You damn right, I stole one. Shit, I'm not about to pay that shit.
Man, you just ratted yourself out.
I don't give a shit what they gonna do.
Now, I haven't stolen anything, but I had to work at Southeastern earlier in 2021. Yeah, I'm sitting here. I had to pay close to $4 or $5 just for orange juice. Yes. Hey man, it's hard for college kids out here. That was just for orange juice. I could only imagine this dude trying to sit here and try to get nutrition for himself. He's a professional, at that time, a collegiate athlete.
Listen, $3 for a burrito was ridiculous. $3 for a small ass burrito was fucking ridiculous. We get the bitch at 99 cents for the regular Taco Bell. That shit ridiculous. Hey. I fucking stole that shit. You fucking right, I stole it. I stole a lot of other shit over there too at fucking Tulane. Yo, I fucking say it. Fucking had the hookup. It's called the fake swipe. The fake swipe card. You fake swipe it. You get what you want. Shit, you find nefarious means to get through college, and that's what he did. He nefariously went to
public.
the
statute of limitations is over for you, Mo. I think you're in the clear here.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what they're gonna do. Try to take my degree? They can kiss my ass. That's what the fuck they can do.
They're gonna send you a bill. They're gonna send you a bill.
Look, I ain't gonna pay that shit.
You already got the diploma now. What
fucking make me do? You can take a good look. I send a picture of me send them a picture of me wiping my ass with that bill. That's what they'll fucking get. They ain't getting nothing else but that. They ain't getting shit. But I'm like, listen, he stole the crab legs from Publix. He stole it. So what? And I blame Tallahassee for that shit, for letting that shit leaked out. You should let crab legs Winston have his crab legs and bought y'all a national championship. Was it effective? Y'all crab legs made him better.
But at least now they can get paid, so nobody have to steal no crab legs no more.
No, you ain't got to steal it. Now you're getting paid.
Now you get paid to be a college player.
I respect you stealing burritos then, but crab legs, like, really. I would have stolen crab legs too. Fuck. Crab legs expensive as fuck.
Hey, seafood is expensive. It's healthy for you. That means it's expensive. It's all get out.
It's expensive. Yep. Crab legs are fucking high. I bought for Mother's Day. I bought my wife a fucking crab leg. That shit is expensive. For fucking crab legs this long is expensive as a motherfucker. You're spending about $30.
Yes. For like six legs.
Tell us New Orleans guys that we live it every day.
So man, what it is? What you trying to say is fucking $5 it's like a leg. $5 a fucking leg. So what? Let him steal the crab leg. At least he's not like Deshaun Watson going out here stealing women from like stealing butt rubs from fucking massage parlor. I'll take my quarterback stealing crab legs, then going to massage parlors, getting 22 cases on him.
He was stealing happy endings.
Getting happy endings in the butthole. That's what he was doing.
He'll give me another 5K in yards this season. You don't have to worry about it. I'll gift you the crab legs myself.
Man, I'll go grabbing myself from my house. Look, I'll go right to the Lake Pontchartrain and go crabbing myself if this motherfucker give us 5K.
I'm about to tell you.
Shit.
He ain't got to worry about it.
Those are different crabs, man. He like the big crab legs. He want the little blue crabs.
Man, fuck it. We'll go find him, but we'll go in the Gulf of Mexico.
We got him.
We'll go on the boat. We'll go on the boat and get
I want to see that shit. You better video record your asses out there throwing cages out. Come on.
Swinging them bitches. Look, swinging them bitches overboard.
Get us 3 playoff wins, brother. I'll throw a whole feast in your honor, brother.
Crab legs. We'll rename the king crabs to the Winston crabs. I'm telling you, if he fucking do it. Listen, Anthony, you got Carson Wentz. listen, you got Carson Wentz. I'll take a quarterback that steals crab legs over Carson Wentz. I'll take Deshaun Watson, possibly missing half the season, over Carson Wentz. I will take Baker Mayfield over Carson Wentz. Fuck Carson Wentz. It's a personal
be a possibility.
That Carson Wentz is garbage. Y'all wasted money.
Why is he garbage?
I gotta go through this story again. See, me and Nasty was going head to head in this fantasy football league, and I had Carson Wentz as my backup because I think Kyler Murray was on an off day, and I had a bye week. So all I needed was 20 points to beat Nasty. And Nasty was talking shit like I'm undefeated. I ain't doing this. I ain't losing. So I had Travis Fulgham. Travis Fulgham scored against the Cowboys. All Carson Wentz had to do was give me 7 points. He couldn't do it. He couldn't fucking do it. When he was with the Eagles, he couldn't fucking do it. So fuck Carson Wentz. Fuck the city of Carson, Nevada, because they named Carson. Fuck Carson Daly. Fuck anything that has Carson in it. I don't give a man. Fuck that. No. Fuck Carson Wentz.
Oh, man. Cold world for you, Carson.
He has a ring sitting on the bench. That's Nick Foles' ring, man. He was on the bench. Come on. And okay, put it this way. Jameis Winston has won a BCS championship, did Carson Wentz? Oh, no, he went to fucking small school, so he couldn't win the BCS championship.
And a Heisman to boot.
And a Heisman. And he threw for 5K. Did Carson Wentz ever throw for 4K? Can I get 3,500? I don't even know because he got hurt when he was playing
really,
with the damn
Eagles.
Hurt? Oh no, he just fucking suck. Oh,
and he got ran out of town.
Let's put it this way: the coach said, "You know what? We mortgage our future for Carson Wentz. We'll bring him in." And after a year, they said, "Nope, we'll trade him and a pick."
Buyer's remorse. Instant buyer's remorse. It's not you, it's us, really.
It really is not. No, that was the year that Carson Wentz came off that Super Bowl you talking about. See, last year I had Joe Burrow and Murray, and I only lost one game last year. and I beat Nasty, and then I was rubbing it in his face the whole year. No, the problem is Wentz. You're right, because Wentz was ass. I forgot to get another quarterback, and Wentz was ass. So fuck Carson Wentz. Fuck everything about Carson Wentz because I was supposed to fucking win that game, and that derailed my whole season. Fuck Carson Wentz. Fuck walking to him, and I had to do push-ups. I remember that. Do fucking push-ups because I lost the fantasy football game. Fuck Carson Wentz. And I'm just saying, they just have new news popping up as we was talking, and it's just the Tony situation. It was the fucking Pelicans game. So all my people in New Orleans and in Phoenix, the game will be 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock, I guess, Pacific, and it is 8 o'clock Mountain West time, whatever. Who gives a shit?
So looking at what, 10 o'clock in East?
Yes, so 10 o'clock Eastern.
And 10 Eastern.
So
that Tom Brady situation that we was talking about earlier. So since we're talking about breaking news that he did,
what's up with the running back? He's not going to jail, man. You think he going to jail? He ain't going to jail. He gonna get suspended a couple games, but he gonna get suspended about 6 games. But he ain't.
He said he's suspended for 4 games. I said it. I will stand on it. That is the hill I'm willing to die on.
You and Izzy got a bet.
4 games.
You know that, right? You and Izzy got
a bet.
I know. I already know. So I said 4. It's going to be 4 games, and that's going to be all. He's not going to jail.
And even with that, y'all quarterback is Carson Wentz. That's going to be my answer to everything you say. You can say whatever you want. Your quarterback is Carson Wentz. You actually traded for Carson Wentz.
Well,
you traded for Carson Wentz. It's not like you picked him up. You traded for Carson Wentz. That's like trading for Rex Grossman. At least Rex Grossman.
Anybody that lost to Taysom Hill, they can't talk to me.
Oh shit! Damn,
you lost to Taysom. You lost to Tay.
Yeah, he did.
So you lost to Tay. You can't address the New Orleans people here. The rules is if we get past you, you can't talk to us until we meet you again. So we'll be in the postseason. If you get to the postseason, then we can talk.
Jamie gonna make it sure he did. No, he ain't go 50 for 50. 50 for 50. He didn't throw 50 interceptions. He did 30-30. The only correct thing he did was 30-30.
He did 30-30. That's it.
But people caveat, he threw for 5K. See, a lot of people like to see 30-30, but Jameis Winston got like a top 10 passing season of all time. Ooh, I bet y'all didn't know that. How about Carson Wentz?
Let's not forget, when he got hurt, he was 5-2 and only threw 3 intercepts. So
14 touchdowns.
So stop. Ease up off Jay.
Jay got his look. James got his eyes fixed. What about Carson Wentz? He need a whole what you call it, lobotomy. That's what he fucking need to be good. He need to go change his brain out. Let's look at Carson Wentz's best season. I'm gonna look at his best season and put it up against Jameis Winston. Oh, he did throw for. Oh, he did throw for over 3,500. He got the 4K once. So his best season was 4,039 yards with 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions with Philadelphia. That's cute.
About to say that's gotta be.
But you know what he did after that? After that 2019 season, you want to know what he did? 2,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 15 INTs before he got pulled. If he didn't get pulled, he was on pace to get over 30 for 30.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he lose to us?
Yeah,
in that postseason.
Yes, he got slaughtered. He got fucking slaughtered.
Oh, yeah.
Now look at
again.
Jameis
You can't
Winston,
address the New Orleans guys. You can talk all that reckless stuff in your division. I don't care about your division.
Oh shit!
You know, y'all call it NFC least for a reason.
You're gonna make Izzy mad.
The NFC least.
Hey, y'all the NFC least.
Look at Jameis Winston's. Jameis Winston has 1, 2, 3 seasons that was better than Carson Wentz in passing yards. Think about that. His highest total, remember, was 4,039. Jameis beat that in his rookie year. Carson Wentz did that in his fifth year. Jameis Winston's rookie year was 4,042 yards to his third. He beat him by 3 yards. 22 touchdowns and 15 INTs.
Put some respect on our quarterback name.
Then he followed it up with another 4,000 yard passing season. Then he followed it up for the 3,500 passing season. Then he got hurt in 2018, so he didn't get to 3,000 that year. And then the 30 for 30 season you're talking about, he didn't even have a bad quarterback rating. He had an 84 quarterback rating with 30 interceptions. That tell you he was pretty fucking efficient.
So most of those turnovers was basically tip passes, or the defender was there and it kind of rattled the receiver. So yeah, J-Bo wins.
He had a good rating. It was an 84.3 rating in that 30 for 30 season. If somebody throw 30 interceptions, they're not going to have an over 80 rating, quarterback rating.
So right. So you actually had to sit here and dive into with the numbers that J-Bo was putting up. At first, it kind of scared me, but then when he had this season, I was like, hold on, man.
And he was on pace. He only 1,100 yards for 14 interceptions.
I mean, as long as he has the confidence to go across the middle, because I won't say he doesn't know how to do it, because you don't get these type of numbers for not doing it. I guess with Sean Payton as the coach is like, you know,
he's more conservative. This coach here is not conservative.
So now he's unleashed this season.
This dude was
Dennis Allen.
I'm looking
Dennis
at
Allen's not going to care.
Carson Wentz had two seasons of having under 80 quarterback rating. Under 80.
Under 80, damn.
Under 80. He had a 72.81 in 2020, and he had one his rookie year, 79.3.
So as a veteran of the game, he had a worse quarterback rating.
Yes. And his best quarterback rating happened in year 3. His best quarterback rating happened in year 3.
Isn't that contract year?
Yeah, with Philly. But that was not his best yardage percentage. So his best yardage percentage, he had a 93.1. See, Jameis was pretty consistent. Jameis' best quarterback rating year, guess when it was? I want you to guess. Guess what it was, Eric? When was his best quarterback rating year of his career?
Last year.
Rating. Yes, 102.8.
His best was last year.
102.8.
You'll tell me he was out there balling. I was sitting there watching it.
Higher than Carson Wentz's career. that's higher than Carson Wentz in his career last year was Jameis's best year. Quarterback rating wise. Better than anything Carson Wentz put up.
Because J-Bo was balling. J-Bo was balling.
Look, who plays more games? Jameis. No, Jameis has set out a whole year. Carson Wentz has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Jameis Winston's set out. Jameis Winston played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons, but he sat out 1 season with New Orleans. So they both played 6 seasons. So they played the same amount of games. And Jameis Winston got hurt in 2021. So Wentz
I was about to say, didn't he sit out most of the season last year?
Jameis got hurt for more games than Carson has.
So
Carson,
put it this way.
I want to say he got hurt.
Jameis Winston had basically played a year and a half less than Carson Wentz. And yes, you're correct that Wentz's whole career is better than Jameis's. Well, Jameis's 87.8. And Wentz's is, you're correct by that. Wentz's is 90.1, not by much.
Yeah.
But you want to go yards? Do you want to go yards? Yards and touchdowns? I'm just saying. Because for the career, Wentz has 20,374 to 140 touchdown passes to 57 interceptions. That's great.
Not bad.
They got about 20. Jameis's 135. He got more touchdown passes than Jameis, but Jameis was hurt a year and a half. He sat out a whole year and hurt a half a year. Got 35 to 90 interceptions because they're 30 year. That's why he has 91 interceptions. But he has more passing yards. And he sat out a year and a half. So and it says this, that he went to a better system because Tampa Bay was a sorry ass system for him. So his best rated year is year 6. You could call it. It's year 7 really, but year 7 is his best rated year with the team he is with now. Carson Wentz has changed how many teams in how many years? 3 in 3 years. Jameis only changed teams once. That tells you all you need to know when the coach says, fuck it, I bought him in, and fuck it, he going out the next year. That tells you all you need to know.
I can't see how we're having an argument with a guy who supports a team with no name.
They finally got a name.
Didn't I say this a couple of shows ago?
All I'm saying is excuses.
I'm not sitting here.
Wentz had only one 4,000-yard season because he always had a running back, so he didn't need to throw all the time. Who was the running back in fucking in Philadelphia? Who was the fucking running back?
Running back by committee.
Who was the fucking running back? Who was the running back?
Ain't Adrian Peterson out there now? Adrian Peterson now, I guess. I don't know.
Who was the running back in Philly?
I don't follow Washington. I have no idea.
The only time Carson Wentz had a running back was last year in fucking Indy. Philadelphia didn't have no top 10 running back. They had Sproles. They had what? Ajayi. That year they had a mixed match of characters.
Yeah.
No, he didn't throw over 4,000 yards because he was fucking trash. Jameis Winston still have a top 10 of all-time passing season, even with throwing 30 interceptions. I tell you, he got more talent than Wentz. He just had to be redirected. And his best year was when he got redirected by Sean Payton. His best year by his rating years and by his turnovers was when he came to the Saints. So that should tell you he fits the same system. Carson Wentz is trash. I'm not saying the Commanders are trash. I say Carson Wentz is trash. That's the difference.
Well, like I said, we beat them the last time we played them, so
we beat them the last couple times.
I don't know if the rules changed, but I mean,
the last time y'all beat us was when RG3 made his fucking debut.
We got the bragging rights. We're up.
Bro, the last time the Redskins beat us was when RG3 came to the Superdome opening day. I remember that conversation now, and he beat it.
Yeah.
But ever since then, it was the Drew Brees. We had the Drew Brees miracle that happened when he threw the interception, and Robert Meacham took the fucking ball.
Robert Meacham came up and said, "You know what? That was my ball. I want it back."
Yeah, he brought it back to the house. Then we just keep beating y'all ass. That's what it is. Well, you still got to have talent to throw 30 to 30. Yes. For 5K in this league, that's elite arm talent.
Yes.
So I'm tired of people saying Jameis Winston is trash. I say, no, he was in the wrong system.
Stop dumping on our quarterback.
So I'm like, I was glad.
Yours than mine.
I'm just saying, I was glad we didn't get Watson. I was one of the people who was saying, what? Let Jameis cook. We don't need Watson. I was the one banging the drum first, not these sex fans that's coming back talking about Winston. When I just saw you post Watson,
I mean, don't get us wrong. It would have been nice to have Watson. It would have a different feel to the team if Watson was like, you know what?
Yes, talented wise, Watson is better, but for team wise, Jameis is already ingrained into the team. Why break that up?
Why do it? So.
And then you got
we'll
money
see
now.
for at least the next 2 years, so we will see.
Well, I thought it was 3.
That Jay will do what he do.
Hopefully,
he's your favorite quarterback. He can do everything your favorite quarterback can do.
I really hope Wentz work out. I hope y'all win the NFC lease. I hope y'all do. So Izzy can turn beat red.
It's wide open. It's wide open.
We all know Wentz bridge for the team. He's not y'all future, but y'all playing him like he's a future quarterback. See, the difference is Jameis Winston is on a team-friendly deal. He's on a 2-year, maybe make $20 million. That's team-friendly nowadays for quarterbacks. Wentz is still on that big deal from Philadelphia.
And if I'm not mistaken, they're still paying for that.
Yes, Philadelphia is still paying for that. They funneled it through the Colts, and now, Philadelphia is still paying that. So it's like Wentz. I'm like, look, we're not trying to be too hard on the Reds. I mean, the the Commanders. I get confused. Washington.
We can't keep up.
Can't keep up. Get rid of that owner, and y'all be good. Up. Y'all be good. Wentz is only 1 year. We not resigning him next year. I need to know that $5,000 was all Jameis is not. No. No, it was not his receivers making him better. Jameis was throwing that bitch up because he beat us that year. I remember that. He was throwing that bitch to Mike Evans. He was throwing that bitch up to him.
He was throwing it on the yard. He was throwing it over the yard, man.
Yeah, bad. Look, he was slinging that bitch. Like, I ain't even lie. He was slinging it, but Mike Evans had his best year with Jameis Winston. People don't realize that. His best year was with Jameis Winston. Brady do his thing, but it was Mike Evans a fucking bus. He was throwing that bitch. He didn't care. So it was a mixture of both. But it's not like he was getting yards after the catch. It was Jameis Winston throwing a 60-yard bomb. The motherfucker catching the shit. Because all Mike Evans know how to do is run a go route. So he was just throwing that bitch deep. You got to realize, Jameis Winston have elite arm talent. He got one of the strongest he got a top 10 arm. He's not quite up there with Josh Allen or Brad Mahomes because them two are out on the world.
No, he
ain't there. But he a step underneath that.
He's still up there.
Look at the Packers game when the Saints played the Packers and he threw that bitch to Deontay Harris that made him more dangerous person. He made Deontay Harris dangerous last year before he got hurt. That little midget. Little short ass bitch. He threw that bitch on a dime on a post route right there in the hands.
Right there.
The problem with Jameis, he can't throw intermediate routes. That's his problem. Deep routes, short routes, he got you. Intermediate routes is Jameis' problem where he got into trouble. And that's
I
why
think that's basically that deals with his confidence. Like I said, it's not like he doesn't know how to do it, but his willingness to do it.
And I'll say it in the camera. I can look at the camera with a straight face. It was all Jameis arm talent. That was armed. He was throwing that bitch. It wasn't like he was throwing a 5-yard screen pass and the motherfucker was taking it to the house. Jameis Winston was slinging that bitch all over the field. That's how the fuck he got 30 interceptions. They wasn't even running the ball in Tampa. They didn't run the ball. It was just touchdown, throwing in there, touchdown. He got 33 touchdowns. He got 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. So that means he was getting the same amount of interceptions and touchdowns a game, but them yards were ridiculous. I'm like, if you're going to say it's not him, great, then I'm like,
when he was with the Buccaneers, they didn't have a good running back?
Fuck no. They didn't have a good running back in a while.
I thought it was some white kid. Big dude.
No, it wasn't All-Star. All-Star wasn't though.
When Jameis was there? You sure?
Nah, All-Star wasn't though. All-Star was way retired by then. They didn't have a good running back.
He had a running back.
Nah, yeah, Peyton Barber in the crew.
Yeah, All-Star retired in like 03.
Yeah, he been retired, man. Jameis was too young. Jameis was still a fucking kid when All-Star retired.
Yeah.
Can't say slang for little people. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. But listen, that 5K was mostly Jameis Winston throwing that bitch up, risk it, no biscuit. Remember that was Arian's thing. Throw it up. I want you to go deep. So once he throw it in the air, it's no longer Jameis Winston. It's on the receiver to catch the ball. But like I said, it's hard to say any quarterback. So that means for Eli Manning to win the fucking Super Bowl, it had to be David Tyree to make a fucking catch. But people gonna say it's all Eli Manning. Or Tom Brady winning. Or that year they almost went undefeated the same year. People wasn't saying it was all Randy Moss. They would say, look how great Tom Brady is.
Yep.
When Drew Brees threw for 5K, nobody said, oh, look at the receivers making Drew Brees. Drew Brees throwing all these screens. Look at Pierre Thomas taking the screen to the house. No, it was all Drew Brees. So, no, it was all Jameis Winston in the 5K. Look, nobody was saying, look at Ed McCaffrey and then for John Elway.
Everybody goes to the quarterback. Yeah, everybody said, look at the quarterback. Win, lose, or draw is always the quarterback.
People say Joe Montana's the GOAT, but nobody gonna say John Taylor. It was all John Taylor and Jerry Rice.
Yep.
Well, I would.
You ain't gonna say that.
It's always the QB. Everybody always look at the quarterback.
Doug Martin. Doug Martin was not he had a great year. And then Doug Martin got hurt. If somebody's throwing for 5K, they don't have a good running game. When Drew was throwing for 5K, we didn't have a good running game. If you're throwing for 5K, that means your running game is shit.
Yep.
That's analytics right there for you people. The numbers don't lie.
I agree. If your quarterback is throwing over 5,000, your running game's shitty.
So that was in 2019.
But I'll tell you what, if you're throwing for 5 and your running back is getting 2, then you got a Super Bowl championship.
I'm about to say you unstoppable.
Everything. Exactly. That means defenses aren't doing anything against you.
I'm about to see right now. Tampa Bay Peyton Barber was the starting running back. Yeah, he threw that. Like I told you, it wasn't Doug Martin. It was Peyton Barber, and Peyton Barber is ass.
I'm glad nobody came after my quarterback.
It was Peyton Barber. Listen, it was Peyton Barber and Ronald Jones, who both are ass and questionable. They're questionable ass. They are.
Yeah, we signed one of those jokers.
So
I forgot which one we had.
His running backs, I just looked it up. Their depth chart for 2019 was Peyton Barber and Ronald Jones. And you gonna tell me it wasn't all Jameis Winston? You gonna tell me it wasn't all Jameis Winston? That he had, it can't just be that Jameis is this good. I don't know why. If he didn't ever throw for 30 interceptions, Jameis Winston would have got paid. But Brett Favre threw for 29. But he's considered great.
Right. That's all that J-Bo is.
Would you consider Brett Favre ass? Because I'm like, would you consider Brett Favre ass? And look, he had the same wide receivers Brady had. Evans, Godwin, Scotty Miller, and he had more yards than Brady did with that group. And Brady had Antonio Brown. So let's look at Brett Favre's year and see how he measured up when he threw that 29 touchdowns, 29 interceptions, and see what his stuff was. Because that's the only way I can measure it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know that year he threw for 29 interceptions. He threw for 29 interceptions in. Oh shit! God damn it! These ads. I hate when they have ads on shit. He threw for 29 interceptions in 2005. He only had 3,881 yards and 27 touchdowns. So he had more interception touchdowns. Jameis had more touchdowns than interceptions.
I mean, granted, it was only 2, but at the same time, it still count.
It was 3. Give my man his credit. It was 3. Give my man his credit.
3.
Don't short him.
Don't short him. He's bad enough he gets short.
Players mess up sometimes.
My man, he was in Green Bay, bro. This dude had 20 touchdowns to 29 interceptions with a quarterback rating of, let me see, I don't think they got the quarterback rating. He only averaged 242 yards a game passing. And nobody called that a bad year.
And this is Brett Favre, right?
This is Brett Favre. Brett Favre had a completion percentage of 61.3%.
Great.
Yes.
We consider Brett Favre great, and he got 1 ring. I mean, he had a super team around him in Green Bay.
And the Packers was 4-12.
I mean,
Packers was 4-12.
And the only reason why Brett don't have 2 is because he ran into the buzzsaw known as the New Orleans Saints. So,
not true. Evan always throw, and they don't use their running back. They don't use Aaron Jones like they're supposed to. But that's 4,000 yards. We're talking 5,000 yards. See, that's rarefied air there. 5,000 yards is rarefied air. There's a lot of quarterbacks getting 4,000 yards. That extra 1,000, it makes up. So you getting 5,000 yards, and your your running back getting 1,500. That's an unstoppable offense. And would you say the Packers are unstoppable offense when they had Devontae Adams? Wouldn't you say that? I would say that. They're the top.
I wouldn't say
unstoppable.
I'd say they were strong.
They regular season unstoppable.
That's what I'm talking about. Regular season, not their postseason, because he's not clutch.
Yeah.
So in 2005, Brett Favre
shut that down.
Brett Favre had that was the worst season by a quarterback, they said, until Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions just because he threw 30 for 30. I mean, this dude here in 2005 threw for 20 touchdowns to 29 interceptions. And if Jameis Winston would have did that, y'all would have called him trash. Numbers don't lie, people. In that year, that you talking about the 30 for 30, Jameis Winston threw for almost 1,500 more yards than him. Think about it.
J-Bo wins.
And he threw for 13 more touchdowns and only one more interception than Brett Favre. But Brett Favre, he's a gunslinger. Couldn't you say the same thing for Jameis Winston? But when I called him the Black Brett Favre, how dare you fucking disrespect Brett Favre? I just pulled out Brett Favre's season. And he threw for 29 interceptions. He threw for only 20 touchdowns and didn't even get 4,000 yards.
Because J-Bo going to take off this year, and when he get us these 3 playoff wins, I ain't going to want to hit.
Mr. Hader, who's your team? The Jets. The Jets are his team. I'm just saying he threw for 5,000 yards. Did Tom Brady ever throw? Prime Tom Brady just threw for 5,000 yards. John Elway never threw for 5,000 yards.
Nope.
And Tom Brady been in the league for 22 years, going on 23 years.
Joe Montana never threw for 5,000 yards. Dan Marino never threw for 5,000 yards. No, he did. He was the only one. Jim Kelly. We go down the Hall of Fame. Terry Bradshaw, Troy Aikman. None of them threw for 5,000 yards. None of them threw for 5,000
I didn't
yards.
realize Terry Bradshaw threw as many interceptions as he did.
Oh, God. Let's go to Terry Bradshaw. Oh, God.
Terry Bradshaw threw some picks in his days. Terry Bradshaw threw some picks in his days, man. He could have these rings, but guess what? That brother knew how to turn the ball over as well.
Well, first of all, they played Joe Gilliam for Terry Bradshaw because Joe Gilliam was better than Bradshaw. Yeah, I ain't gonna get into that. You know, the era of the black quarterbacks wasn't prevalent in the 70s. But a lot of
hell no.
Look, a lot of people don't want to know. I'm gonna keep hush hush how Terry got his job. Look, Jameis Winston is only 7,000 yards behind Terry Bradshaw
for all-time yards.
Yes,
he could do that in 2 years.
Yes,
a year and a half.
Look, and only two Pro Bowls behind him. James has 1 Pro Bowl. Terry only had 3.
It's just hard in that division.
He has 32 rushing TDs
in his career.
I want to look at his yards.
For 212 touchdowns.
Yes.
27,989.
Jameis would have to ball to be a Pro Bowl in that division.
Well, not in the NFC. The NFC is wide open now. Everybody went to the AFC now.
Well, you got Brady.
Yeah, Brady, but you know. So Terry Bradshaw only had 2 more touchdowns to interceptions. That's what you're telling me?
Boy from the Rams.
Listen, you didn't hear that. Terry Bradshaw only had 2 more touchdowns to interception.
And he's Hall of Fame.
In his career.
He's a Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall of Fame.
And he never threw. He never threw. His highest year of throwing was 3,700 yards.
Oh, you talking about Pittsburgh back in the day? They ran it down your throat.
But no, listen. That year, he had 26 touchdowns and 25 interceptions. This dude, Terry Bradshaw, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of 20+ interceptions.
That dude turned the ball over, is what I'm saying.
He considered great.
My brother and I had a whole.
Listen, bro.
But
I'll pop about that.
Nigga, how many championships he got?
That's fine and dandy. But he has 22, 25, 22, 24, and
turnovers.
And then he got a 1 for 19.
but he's not really in the. If you think about it, he's not in the Hall of Fame for those numbers. He's in the Hall of Fame for how many championships?
Let's go to Joe Namath, your boy.
I told you what got him in. He really didn't have great numbers. What got him in is that he beat the Colts in that Super Bowl.
But I'm just trying to show this narrative. I'm trying to show this narrative that Jameis Winston really is not that bad.
I didn't say he was.
No, I'm talking
Anthony
about
did.
for Mr. Commander here.
The commander.
Listen, oh shit, Joe Namath threw a year had 28 touchdowns, and then followed that up with a 27 interception. He threw 28 and 27. Oh, look at this stat line. If I told you this was a Hall of Fame quarterback, he had 3,379 yards with 19 touchdowns and 27 INTs. Would you think that would be a Hall of Famer?
No, that would be somebody that came off the bench.
And here we are talking about
backup
Jameis
quarterback
Winston
numbers
being bad. And I'm just breaking it down. Oh, Joe did throw for 4,000 yards. He had 26 touchdowns and 28 interceptions, though. None of these quarterbacks who threw that high a number of picks had more touchdowns than interceptions, but Jameis Winston. If you put Jameis Winston best year, the 30 for 30 year against these quarterbacks, he's crushing them. But
That's what I'm saying.
in all bad years, the 30 interceptions, yes, it's bad. Most NFL history. But these dudes were throwing 29 interceptions when it wasn't a passing league. How the fuck you? How the fuck?
Yeah, because beginning of the NFL was a running league.
Brady don't need to be proven he have range, but I'm just saying, you missed the head.
He was lucky.
You don't need to have good numbers to be in the Hall of Fame, but you need range. No, the Hall of Fame is a popularity contest. The shit ain't fucking worth ain't worth shit. Because half of these quarterbacks that's in there that we herald as great. Remember when we were growing up, they say Joe Namath was so fucking great. Terry Bradshaw was so fucking great. All it shows you, range shows you, is a team accomplishment. We're not talking team now. We're talking individual. So when you start going to the individual numbers, those range arguments don't matter.
What you brought to the game itself in your era when you was playing.
If I did a blind test and put their best year, put their worst year, put it this way, their worst years for interception. Now put these up. Y'all will take Jameis Winston as y'all quarterback over Terry Bradshaw, Brett Favre, and Joe Namath. You would. If I told you I had a quarterback that threw for 5K, but he had 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, and I had another one who threw for 3,700 and had 20 touchdowns and 29 interceptions, what are you taking?
You'll go with the guy who got more yards out there on the air.
More yards and more touchdowns.
Yeah, more yards.
Yeah, that was just Jameis Winston over Brett Favre. Hello. There we go. That just proved to you that Jameis is not trash. He's not the best.
What would hold Jameis back from going to the Hall of Fame is that he don't got a ring.
Ring. And that's a team accomplishment, which is bullshit. It's not who got the best team to get in the Hall of Fame. It's this your number, Hall of Fame worthy. And these quarterbacks that in the Hall of Fame got numbers that's closer to Jameis Winston. So by the numbers, Jameis Winston should be considered for the Hall of Fame right now if you're going by numbers. So is Carson Wentz. Because they catching up to him. So that tells you how trash those quarterbacks really was. I'm sorry to tell you. Terry Bradshaw was trash. He just had the steel curtain. Joe Namath was trash.
Well, he had. I think homeboy in Pittsburgh had more than just the steel curtain.
He had the steel curtain, Franco Harris. He had the steel curtain, Franco Harris, and Rocky Blyer and Swan. But Swan is overrated. Don't let me pull up his numbers right now before I get off. Don't let me put up Lynn Swan numbers, and then you really gonna be pissed off. So don't let me do that. Don't let me do that.
Yeah, but Lynn Swan played when he needed to play, and that was when they won championships.
Yeah, the Stalwart was the best receiver on that team. Come on. Stalwart was. And he had to wait longer than Swan to get in, which was bullshit. They had a stacked team. A stacked team supposed to win championships.
Did you hear what they voted, and they're gonna have a Now there's a chance for all these players that didn't make it into the Hall of Fame to get in. They're gonna have a different category called I forget what they named it, like
the senior thing, like your senior.
the senior, some shit like that.
They need to, because some people who not in the Hall of Fame, that's ridiculous. Because you got people like let me put it this way, and I will say this, and I know Cowboys fans gonna jump in my shit, but the most overrated quarterback I've seen in my lifetime is Troy fucking Aikman.
He lucked out. He lucked out in the position that he was in. He walked into a team that was.
Shall I pull up Troy Aikman numbers? Should I pull up Troy Aikman numbers?
No, I'm not saying that he's a great quarterback. I'm saying he had Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith. You know what I'm saying? He had one of the best offensive lines ever. Ever.
Yes.
Like they had a question on one of the sports pages that I watch: who was the best running back ever?
Dude, Troy Aikman had a touchdown ratio to 3.5. For every 3 touchdowns, he threw an interception. He had 165 touchdowns to 141 interceptions. And people treat him like he up there with Joe Montana.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
The numbers don't lie, man. Listen, the dude never threw for 3,500 yards. He never threw for 3,500 yards. Best year was 3,445 yards was his best year. Never threw over 25 touchdowns. No, 24. He never threw over 24 touchdowns.
Wow. Sheesh.
And he had a year of 11 touchdowns to 18 interceptions. His first year was 9.
That shows that what we say is true. Hall of Fame is a popularity contest.
Yeah. If you get favored by the writers, you're good. Look, his first year, it was trash. He only threw for 1,700 yards, 9 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Second year, 11-8. Third year, 11-10. Next year, 23-14. That's when they came the Cowboys. 93. He threw for 15-6, 13-12 in 94, 16-7. 96, he's 12-13, 12-5. 17-12 in his last year. He only threw for 1,600 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions.
Because if you think about it, when you had a running game, what they had, that's why his numbers are low.
So
they had a crazy, great running game.
Was it because of Troy Aikman? Should he been in there? No, he went in there because the triplets had to be in there. That's why Troy Aikman made it in there. And he made it in there before Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
He could have been the last triplet to get in. Well, that was a great conversation, though, man. That's just funny, man. That's like you said, Tony Rand. To my eyes, he's not, just because he played for the Cowboys.
Who said that Tony Romo was a fucking Hall of Fame player?
He's saying
that's the biggest choke artist in the world.
I'm saying because I was saying Jameis Winston is comparable to Hall of Fame numbers. Yes, by his numbers, Tony Romo is a Hall of Famer. Better, he got better numbers than the quarterbacks I named. If you go by the numbers, if you did a blind test and you didn't see who it was, Tony Romo got Hall of Fame numbers according to the criteria.
Choke artist.
He might be a choke artist,
but that dude, I give Romo this. Romo studied his craft, and he worked at his game. It's just unfortunate how results ended up for him. And, obviously you're going to be, judged on the results of
he had no killer instinct.
For you being in that particular, you being in that environment, you being on that team and not showing up and not getting the job done is unfortunate that you're going to be labeled as this choke artist.
Romo, he got Romo as being the Hall of Fame, and Izzy hates the Cowboys. He's a Giants fan. Romo by the numbers is a Hall of Famer. Dude, by the numbers. We see women lie, men lie, but numbers don't.
Numbers don't lie.
I mean, if you had a team that, regardless how shitty you were, they kept putting your ass out there. Because if you think about it, come on, man. How many times the Cowboys choke in the playoffs? How many times did that owner say, that's my quarterback?
The dude got almost double the amount of touchdowns than Troy Aikman and more yards. If you did
but no rings.
I'm saying if you did a blind test and you just talk about, I told you that's a team argument. Team. See, it wasn't.
Right?
Troy Aikman won the Super Bowl. It was the Dallas Cowboy world champions. It was not that. See, that's why I tell people you can't bring ring arguments when you're bringing up individual players. That's why people be like, if you're doing it with Jordan and them, like 6-0, 4-6. Okay, Jordan was 6-0, 4-6 over LeBron. But then you start going into that's team shit. Then you start going into their accomplishments, their real accomplishments. Then you make your choice from there. But if you go by the numbers, they both Hall of Famers, them two. That's a bad comparison because they both Hall of Famers by the numbers.
You're right that it's a team thing with the 6-4 and the 4-6, but Michael Jordan wouldn't let his team lose.
But
Michael Jordan wouldn't quit on his team.
You have more control over the outcome than football. It's less players, and then in football, you're the quarterback. Once the ball is out your hands, it's no longer
you can't control it. It's not that you playing both sides of the ball,
and then you don't
versus
play
what it is in basketball.
Then you don't play
exactly.
Defense.
So when you out there, it's just a whole other unit. You don't have no control over that. I mean, you have control over your offense, but
look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees threw for $5,000, but our defense was shit. He did his job. If he did his job, the defense didn't do their job. We lost games scoring 35 points. You're not supposed to lose games scoring 35 points.
That's true.
True.
You don't score all these touchdowns and lose the game.
So
then that's what we was back when.
Back then, when James was there this year, they were down because if James Winston had an off series, they were scoring on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2019. So James had to go out slinging the shit. So he did his job for the most part. So that's why I say in football, especially in football, a team accomplishment. Because think about it. Did Terry Bradshaw play cornerback? No, it was Mel Blount.
Absolutely not.
It was Mel Blount and the boys. So did he really, if Terry Bradshaw put those numbers on, let's say the Archie Manning Saints, you switch him and Archie Manning. Archie Manning's Manning would be a fucking Hall of Famer, and Terry Bradshaw would be a Saints legend.
You're right.
He wouldn't even be a Saints legend with these numbers. I think Archie had better numbers than him. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying Tony Romo had only less interceptions.
If he just showed up like Archie did, they'll give Terry the clout.
Yeah. And think about it. He had less interceptions than Troy Aikman and more touchdowns and more yards. So Tony Romo, I'm talking about Tony Romo. So by the number, so he's the best quarterback in Cowboys history. By the numbers.
Better than Danny White?
Yes. Better. He played longer than Danny White. So of course it's gonna be
better than Roger Staubach.
They wasn't throwing it like that. But we could look it up. They wasn't throwing it back in the 60s like that. Roger Staubach only got 22,000 yards.
Game back then because
he only had and way less touchdowns. Tony Romo is the best quarterback in Cowboys history, according to the numbers.
Because we was looking at these numbers with receivers
and slightly less interceptions than Tony Romo. And Tony Romo was playing in the throwing league. Put some respect on Romo's name, and I hate the
Cowboys. Well, I got a cup right now. I'm not gonna
Franco
get it.
Harris did more than Bradshaw. Hell yeah. I don't know. Trying to get your head off my side. It's not 3-on-1, bro. Look, your opinion is your opinion. I'm trying to be like Eric. I'm just gonna be the devil's advocate and throw out numbers for you, so you can see that Jameis Winston is really not that bad if you go to quarterback numbers. So you don't have people just start getting on this QBR and these quarterback ratings and stuff like that. They didn't have passing camp.
That's fairly new, so we're not gonna find that in the game before.
So if you do that, it's Jameis is not a bad quarterback. He might not be top 10, but he in that next level, 15 to 20 ish.
So
level.
So let's think of it as
11 to 15.
QBs have 3 to 4 tiers. You could put J-Bo in tier 2, and one would be your top dogs, young guns, so on and so forth. The guys that got their championships, multiple championships.
No, we're not saying J-Bo is a fucking a top 10 quarterback. He's not. But he's not trash either. He's in that top 15.
Just like he said, he can do everything your favorite quarterback can do, and hopefully he's your favorite quarterback.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him play. I want to see him get the whole season in.
Remember, Starbuck was in the Navy and lost a few years. But he still wouldn't have had the numbers that Romo had. He had almost 10,000. He had 12,000 less yards than Tony Romo threw. Yeah, 12.
Well, that's 3,000 yards a season if he was gone for 4 years.
They wasn't throwing it like that though, man. Back in those days, man. Roger the Dodger, man. They wasn't throwing him like that. In the 60s, they wasn't throwing it like that. Only Joe Namath was throwing it like that. He was throwing a lot of picks.
Stop talking shit.
Look, after the eye surgery, we did see the true Jameis Winston. His quarterback rating went up, and his touchdown to interception ratio went down. He had the eye surgery 2 years ago when he first came to the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So the true him is, fuck, if my quarterback couldn't see and threw for 5,000 yards, imagine if you got two good eyes now. Fuck, he couldn't see, threw for 5. That makes it even greater. You just making our point. Like, he couldn't see with 5, and he threw
5K.
Shit.
So he could be that what do you call it this year? He could be that in the closet type player.
Yeah,
where nobody's gonna expect Jameis Winston to do anything, but he could really come out and ball it if he wanted to.
And think about this: Jameis Winston was winning with the Saints without his best weapon. He didn't have Michael Thomas,
and now you about to have him back.
Oh.
But he's not gonna have Alvin Kamara
for 4 games.
Well, and then let's wait. Kamara was hurt last year,
6 to 8.
We're going to say that for another day. We're going to do shout-outs before we run out of time. I only could be on here for another 45 minutes before they shut me off. And Eric got to get ready for the game. And I know he want to get prepared. You got to save his voice for screaming and shit. You got to save his voice.
Of course. I'm about to lose my voice tonight.
You got to
go all upset.
You got to go
get the red. Scream at the TV?
Look, you got to get the red Gatorade.
Man.
Look, you gotta get the right food.
District cotton on. I know y'all see me up in here,
but Eric gotta get the right foods, the right drink. He gotta get his setup together, and I want him to be behind.
Set up. You know exactly how I gotta go. I gotta get my spot on the sofa ready and everything.
Yeah.
But I want to shout out my amazing, beautiful wife. Thank you for holding down the family. Thank you for holding down the crib while I'm up here doing this thing.
Good job, man.
Secondly, I want to shout out the wrestling show because I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but there was 0 mentions of The Miz.
Oh, we did it.
Y'all probably did.
We did it.
I kept my mouth shut for the entire show. I was like, Eric, don't you do it. Don't you do it. The Miz even made the Friday show one day, but there was no mentions of The Miz on the wrestling show. So shout out to the Venom and Smoke Wrestling Podcast Show.
No miss Thursday.
And of course, my amazing family, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for letting me do what I do for this time being.
I didn't know that.
And for everyone that tuned in, everyone that watched, thank you for watching. Please buy the merch and for being amongst this group of gentlemen and having these dialogues, these conversations. Thank you all so very much on it.
You told me something I didn't know. I thought we did mention him. Oh shit. We didn't mention Miz. We didn't. Oh shit. We
Zero Miz mentions yesterday. Not one.
Oh, you know that shit going out of you should have said nothing. You know that shit going out of the water Thursday. I'm opening up with fuck Miz. with no reason. Hey, welcome to the Venomous Wrestling Podcast. Fuck Miz. That's how it's gonna go.
Man.
We'll go ahead, the diabolical of all haters. We hear another hateful comment.
I'd like to shout out you guys. Love the show, great show. I like to shout out Anthony, always throwing us questions. I'm sorry that your team got Carson Wentz, but I guess that's how it goes. Like to shout out Mike Tyson. He's letting people know that, and I saw that you posted it. I also posted it. There's a meme out there that says that social media got people thinking they could talk about or say something to somebody. Yeah. And back in the day, if you said something, you got punched in the face.
Yes.
And I agree with that. So I want Mike Tyson standing up for the little guy. And I like to shout out Izzy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get your heart all messed up last week, but you're meant to still last, brother.
Oh.
The meant to still last.
You know what? Fuck you, Izzy. I just want to say that. Fuck you, Izzy. Fuck you. Put it this way. Fuck you.
Buy the merch.
That's all I gotta say. Fuck Izzy. That's gonna be the next shirt. Fuck Izzy. He gonna talk all the time. He's the same.
Didn't the Red Sox and the Mets have this big old brawl the other day?
And I bet you my Red Sox whooped his Mets ass. That's what we going. Man, I want to shout out y'all for coming on, doing the show, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, we finally got the Friday show back on track. I am happy about this because, I was really worried about the Friday show. I thought we was just going to be a wrestling podcast after a while. Y'all two fellas bringing the energy. It's the longest we ever done Fridays.
We need Nasty.
Yes, sir.
Nasty's still in the woods. I don't know if he got kidnapped or what, but he's in the woods still. Thanks, Anthony, for doing it. Anthony for bringing it, making us go in our bag, man. We bringing out numbers and everything. I want you to thank you for that, man. Izzy, of course.
That was awesome.
My boy Frederick, man, he came through. James Davis.
Yeah.
Thank all y'all for coming through, man. Like, we'll be back Friday. So tell your friends, tell everybody, man, who likes sports, come join us, man. Kick the shit. See if y'all can stump us or some shit. See if y'all can, see if y'all can win. But like, there's no winners or losers here. It's all about, your thoughts and your personality. So see how long you willing to fight for your truth. That's what this show is about. I don't care if you're wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm fighting for that motherfucker to the end. I'll tell y'all in the end, I was fucking wrong, man. But fucking,
I'm pulling numbers out.
Yeah, pulling numbers out. Shit, yeah. I just want people to know. We are credible. Jets can't win.
Oh
no! Man, listen, the Jets have a better record than Washington. Come on, man.
Shit. Whoa! We're gonna get it on that shot. Save those shots for next week. Look, minor league teams. Let's see, they still talking. Had to throw a last shot before everybody leaves. Damn, we should have known the Jets. Jets suck. Causes. Oh,
wow!
It gotta be Izzy with that shit. See, Izzy having fun on YouTube because his ass gonna get blocked on Facebook again.
Who's your quarterback? Daniel Boone? What? Who? Come on, man.
I can't wait to have Izzy back on the show next week. We might have Battle of New York Part 2. You just might call it a new segment and just have y'all two go at it because that shit is still funny. But this is your host, Mo Young. You got Doc Eric, who's about to lose his voice. And you got the diabolical of all haters. We'll see y'all next week. Peace, and we out.